After the sales of Darwin Núñez and Luis Diaz, we look very short up top, but will Liverpool address this issue in this summer transfer window? Newcastle have set a price of £150 million for Alexander Isak. However, journalists believe that they'll take a lot less than that, and the Reds need defensive reinforcements as well. People, you know what this is. It's the Monday Night Live show. Sit back, relax. Let's get into it.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
Two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Good evening, lovely people. Hope you're well. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time, please do smash that subscribe button and smash the like button as well, please, people. On the road to 40,000 subs, almost at 38,000 as well, people. Fresh off the back of an unfortunate result for us where we didn't pick up the Community Shield. We lost on penalties to Crystal Palace at Wembley. And shocking statistic, we've not actually won it in normal time at Wembley since 2003. Something that needs to change and hopefully changes this season. We have some stuff to talk about, though, don't we? We have some stuff to talk about. And I'll be honest with you guys, Liverpool have not spent more money than this in a transfer window, if I'm not mistaken, in our lifetime, maybe ever. Nor have we been this excited about transfer window. However, the feeling 3 weeks from potentially the end of the transfer window is a feeling of concern, I feel. And a lot of people are starting to question whether we've done the right thing here with selling certain players, and are we going to get other players in the door? I'll be honest with you, it's on the tipping scale at the moment. And I know a lot of people will say net spend, and I think I saw someone earlier in the comments say we usually sell to buy. This time we're buying and then selling. Apart from Diaz, genuine question, apart from Diaz, have we sold any players that we collectively should still be at the club, or collectively don't think we could have improved on? Because apart from Diaz, I can't think of anyone else that we've sold that I think he should have definitely stayed. Maybe Kwanzaa, maybe. But even Kwanzaa, I think we could and should upgrade on as well. So with that being said, a genuine question to you guys. Have we actually been silly this transfer window in terms of our sales, or have we just needed to clear out some of the players that should have been cleared out maybe a season or two ago? Because I don't think we've sold anyone barring Diaz, maybe Kwanzaa, who I sit there and think, what a terrible mistake. Now, again, the window's not shut yet. And I still personally would like to keep Elliot, but even Elliot might go. But even a lot of you guys don't really rate Elliot like that.
1-2.
So really and truly, have we sold anyone that we're sitting there going, what a bad sell, or what a bad thing to do? Because I don't think we have. I think Núñez, it was his time to go. Kwanzaa I'd have probably kept for a season, but it seems as though he wanted to play regular football and wasn't going to get out at Liverpool. I don't think we've done anything wrong in terms of sales. Now, in terms of incomings, we still know we need work. And for anyone, in my opinion, who was in doubt about the situation regarding Chiesa, if there was a writing on the wall yesterday, there was a mural on the wall yesterday. Both of our wingers had poor games. Salah was poor. Gakpo was poor. Both of them were poor. And even with both of them being poor, Slot still saw Chiesa on the bench and said, I don't even want him to come on. For me, the writing's on the wall there. Like, it's not happening. There's no reason for him to stay. If we keep him, it's a waste of his time. It's a waste of a squad space. there is absolutely no reason to keep Chiesa. I'm not saying this because I think Chiesa's rubbish or anything. Every one of you guys who watch this regularly knows how much I rate Chiesa. But goodness me, if he can't get on the pitch when Salah's having a nightmare and Gakpo's having a nightmare, he's never going to get on the pitch. And then I go a step further. For everyone who's saying Rio is ready and should be starting now, it doesn't seem as though Slot agrees either, because again, Gakpo was having a really bad game. He could have brought Rio on and Slot decided against it, which means he probably doesn't feel as though Rio is ready for a game like this. And if Rio's not ready for a game like this, then he's not really ready for Liverpool first team. Nor should he be. He's 16 years old. I keep on saying this to you guys. He's 16 years old. All right. Shouldn't be rushing a 16-year-old. We shouldn't be looking at a 16-year-old saying he needs to be the savior if Gakpo is not doing what he needs to do. Now, again, I've seen some stuff written about Gakpo online. I think some of it's gone way overboard. Again, everyone knows my thoughts on Gakpo. I think he's a very good squad player. But I also think he's one-dimensional, and I think we could improve upon him and get a better player of his caliber or someone else on the left wing. But I wouldn't sell Gakpo. I wouldn't just like throw Gakpo in the waste disposal. But when I was saying this stuff about Gakpo, I was being accused of having an agenda and this, that, and the other. My only agenda, guys, is for Liverpool Football Club. My only agenda is that Liverpool have the best players possible to give us the best chance of winning. Sorry. So, again, I'll ask you guys genuinely. In fact, I'll put a poll in the chat. I think that's probably the most fair thing to do, because not everyone who watches comments, and that's absolutely fine. I get it, because some of you might be watching while you're doing other things and just have us on in the background. So I'll put a poll out in the chat. I genuinely do want to hear your thoughts on this, and I don't want you to be too reactionary either, guys. But the question I want to ask is Cody Gakpo good enough to be Liverpool starting left winger, or should we buy someone else? Because I don't know if he is. Because yesterday he got bullied. Bear me one moment. I'm just going to put this poll up. I want to hear what you guys have to say, because every time I speak about Gakpo, I get accused of having an agenda or not appreciating what he does and this, that, and the other. I watch Cody Gakpo with my eyes, and he's not a player that we should be selling, but he's also, in my opinion, not a player that you can rely on. What's going on?
What's going on, B? I don't know. For some reason, my camera was messing about. What's good, though? Big up, people.
Not too bad. Speaking about the attacking situation, just speaking about Cody Gakpo at the moment. What's your thoughts on this Cody stuff? Do you still think he should be Liverpool starting left wing, or do you think we need someone else?
No. Cody's fine. Cody's fine. I ain't got no issue with it. Couple people had a bad game.
No, but not saying in terms. We're not saying about selling him. Would you have him as your starting left winger though for Liverpool if we're trying to win League and Champions League?
So is the question more, do I think there's somebody out there better than him? Is that more what the question is? And because of course we can upgrade
unless you're Messi or Cristiano in their peak, there's probably always someone out there better than you potentially.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So on that basis, no, he's totally fine. I'm completely fine with him being.
So you don't think there's one left winger out there we could actually get that's better than him?
No, but that's what I mean. So it's a conversation about can he be upgraded on, or am I happy with him? Because those are two totally different conversations.
Well, no,
I'm happy with
can he be upgraded?
I know you can do better.
Well, yeah, can he be upgraded on then?
Yeah, he can be upgraded on, yeah. But I'm happy with him. I have absolutely no problem if Cody's the starting left winger. I know what you get when you have Cody. You get a couple indifferent performances where you might get a little bit frustrated. Sometimes he can be quite predictable, but he's also an absolute numbers man. if I'm not mistaken, 2 years in a row, double figures for his GA. He's a winger. I don't really know how much more you could ask for from a winger to get 20 GA 2 years in a row. So, yes, he can be upgraded on, but I'm fine with Cody. And you know what? He's a big game player as well. Like, Cody does pop up in big moments and gets important goals. So, I've got no issue with him.
When we speak about the numbers stuff, do we overlook the fact of we're in a team that creates so many chances that maybe the numbers, even though we're not going to downplay it, we still have to take it with a pinch of salt and also add context to it? Because you've got players out there who aren't getting many opportunities, but are still getting goals and assists. But you've got players in our team who are getting a bunch of opportunities and they're just not doing what they should be doing. Because I look at Gakpo, and I'm not saying this being reactionary. You know my thoughts on this. He, for me, is so predictable. And as a winger, one of your biggest strengths should be your unpredictability. Like you think about some of the greatest wingers of all time, apart from maybe Iron Robben, who you knew every time what he was going to do, but you just couldn't stop it. Every top winger had that air of unpredictability, that air of arrogance, that amazing footwork that would just get you off the edge of your seat and then open a game up. I look at Gakpo and I think you'd be a fantastic second winger, but as my starter for someone I want to win the Premier League and the Champions League, I don't know if he's that guy, Drift.
But if he was predictable, he wouldn't get good numbers.
No,
I'm not saying he can't be
can't.
predictable, but he's not overly predictable. It's not like you just absolutely know what Gakpo's going to do.
I'll be real with you, Drift. Every time Gakpo gets the ball, I'm pretty certain what he's going to do.
Nah, I don't agree with that, bro. I think we've got players in our team across the last maybe 2 or 3 years. Like Trent, for example. He might have been a magician with his crossing, but he was just as predictable. He's going to get the ball. He's going to, knock it out of his feet, and he's going to cross it. But you can't stop it when somebody's good at what they do. I think Cody's
Trent didn't always do that. Plus, he's a right back. He's not a winger.
No, but what I'm saying is he was a source of threat for Liverpool, and it was very obvious what he was going to do, but nobody could stop it because even as predictable, he was good at it. I don't think Cody is at the point where he's so predictable that it's like, I'll just block off the avenue of him cutting aside and he's done, can't do nothing else. Because he also makes great back post runs and Salah finds him a lot. He's a poacher. He a lot of the time he's in the right place at the right time to get tap-ins. And he can go to the byline. I've seen Cody go to the byline before.
He can go to the byline, but he rarely goes to the byline, Drift.
No, but that's only because he sees the opportunity, Cal. Do what you're best at. So if the opportunity arises to cut inside, do it. It's there. Saka does it all the time. That's all Saka does, cut inside and shoot.
No, but Saka.
But it's because he's best at it. So
no, but Saka doesn't always just cut inside. Saka takes his man down the line. Saka cuts in. Saka will beat players. Cody doesn't beat players.
Not comparatively, bro. I watch Arsenal every week, and 9 times out of 10, he cuts inside and shoots. Can he go to the byline? Yes. But no, but Saka does what he's best at.
But Saka is a better dribbler. He's a better dribbler than Cody Gakpo.
I don't even agree with that, but even if he is,
come on, Drift, man.
No. Cody's a brilliant dribbler.
Cody's a brilliant dribbler, Drift.
Yes, bro. It's not just about whatever instructions or whatever he's been told to do for Liverpool. When Cody plays for Holland, do you know he's a maverick? Do you know he's actually their main guy that puts the team on his shoulders and wins them games by taking players on, by scoring goals? But of course he's a good dribbler.
You said a brilliant dribbler. When I think of brilliant dribblers, I'm thinking of Crava, Vinny, Rodrigo. He doesn't fall anywhere close to that.
No, I'll say they're exceptional dribblers. Like dribbling is actually their actual main thing. That's what they're best at. Cody's dribbling isn't what Cody's best at, but he's very good at it. He takes people on.
He drives with the ball. He doesn't dribble. He'll drive into space, but he can't dribble, Drift. If he's in front,
I don't know what someone. He's not gonna
dribbling. He's not gonna beat a player with footwork or anything.
Of course he can. I see him do that a lot.
So who's a better dribbler out of him and Rio, for example?
Rio's a better dribbler than Cody, but that's because you can tell that dribbling is what Rio is. Like he is a dribbler. Take away the dribbling, and I don't really think Rio would be good at much. Yeah, he's got a good finish, and he's obviously young, so he'll develop. But if you took away his ability to dribble, what would he be good at? Gakpo's got presence. He's got great timing of runs. He knows where the goal is. He's a brilliant hit striker of the ball. He's definitely top 3 best finishers in our team. Like, there's so much more to Cody's game, bro. But yeah, if Cody needs to pick the ball up and take someone on, he can do it. I've seen him do it multiple times. You're telling me you've never seen Cody pick the ball up and take someone on and get past them with dribbling?
No, I never said he can't do it. But when we speak about Cody Gakpo, when he got the ball yesterday, every time he got the ball, he'd either slow down the play or I'd say he's going to cut in.
No, but he had a bad game, bro.
No, but this isn't just yesterday. Like, this is Cody Gakpo. Like, this has been happening. I'm not sitting there saying he's crap, but to sit there and say he can't be upgraded on, or like Cody's going to lead.
No, I never
like,
said he can't be upgraded on.
Like,
I said
look
I'm
at him, and if we were to get Isak and we had Salah and Isak, I'd worry for Cody because I just don't know if he'd keep up with the level of what they need to do. And the fact that I don't see defenders really double up on Cody because there's no fear there. There's no
but that's
fear.
I mean that's more
even yesterday he's getting muscled about as well. Like,
all right, so let's just have a quick conversation. Because I think everybody has a different definition of dribbling. If you kick the ball and chase it like Theo Walcott used to do, that's not dribbling. I just think that's ball carrying. Yeah.
No,
and I'm not
dribbling.
even going to shade people if they do it because it's very effective. And it was kind of what I used to do.
Like, that's dribbling.
What, kicking it and chasing after it?
Yeah, ball carrying is when you're carrying the ball. It's literally in the term. You're carrying the ball with your feet. That's ball carrying.
So what would you say Cody does then?
Cody drives with the ball. Sometimes he dribbles, but he drives with the ball. So he'll run in a straight line.
But he's always got the ball under control, and he changes direction brilliantly.
I would say Cody's got good ball. I would say Cody's got good ball carrying. I wouldn't say he's a good dribbler.
So would you say that Theo Walcott was a better dribbler than Gakpo?
Yeah, and that's then
I have no idea what this conversation is. Then I have absolutely
hold on. So all right, you remember when Walcott picked up?
Absolutely no idea what this conversation is. Then, bro, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm so confused.
You do realize? You remember when Walcott picked up the ball against us in the Champions League, and he ran through
and he kicked it and chased. Yeah.
So he kicked it and chased it, drift. He was in and out. Mascherano took out our own player trying to tackle him.
Yeah, but that was his pace. If you took away Walcott's pace, he would barely be a footballer. No, and I'm not even saying it of any disrespect.
You can dribble with pace, though.
Well, we've got a completely different definition of what dribbling is, bro. An absolutely different definition of dribbling. For me, dribbling is when you carry the ball from one place to another with complete control over the ball, and you have the ability to get past the player while you're dribbling.
So that is what I call a good shout out to Bonkers, someone like a McManaman, then a Kvaratskhelia.
Yeah, McManaman. Elite. McManaman is an elite dribbler. Yeah, it doesn't mean you've got to be as good as him to dribble.
Yeah, but Cody doesn't do that.
Elite dribbler.
Cody will get the ball. He'll do two things. He'll get the ball and he'll keep on cutting in, and then he'll pass the ball. Or he'll get the ball, knock it past his fullback down the line, and try and cross it with his left foot. That's the two things Cody does.
I don't know, man.
What else does he do? I'm not even taking him in. What else does he do apart from that?
Whenever I see Cody running with the ball, he's always got control over it. If somebody comes to make a tackle, he can change direction quickly. Like, that's somebody who's good at dribbling. If you don't have control over the ball, you can't be a good dribbler because it means there's always room to tackle you because the ball's just always there. Good dribblers protect the ball well, and Gakpo protects the ball well. The only thing Gakpo's missing is pace. He's not rapid, so he can't do what Rio can do, where like he just looks effortless at it because he's so quick.
He hasn't got great footwork, bro. He's like, he hasn't.
Cody doesn't have. All right, fair enough.
He doesn't have great footwork.
Cody's got great footwork for me, but that's fine.
How has he got? I don't get how he's got great footwork.
I don't get how he hasn't.
I don't
understand how he hasn't got good footwork.
All right, so is this? I'm guessing we're talking about Cody Gakpo. Right.
We're talking about the whole attack, but we're starting with Gakpo.
Okay, so what was the question? Sorry, just so I know. Bigger everyone in the chat. Apologies.
Well, the first question was, should we upgrade on Gakpo?
I wouldn't say upgrade, but maybe get someone alongside Gakpo. So, like, you see how we had Diaz? Diaz challenged Gakpo. I've always said this: Gakpo challenged Diaz. It made them both better. So, if you want to go and get a Rodrigo, that's cool. You want to go and get a Barcola, that's cool. If you want to go and get whoever, like on that kind of level, like I'm cool with that. It gives Gakpo competition. You're supposed to have, if you can, perfect scenario, two amazing players in the same position, if that makes sense. You want them to battle it out. Now, to speak about Gakpo, what was the argument? You're saying, what you're saying he can't dribble and Drift saying he can dribble.
No, I'm not saying he can't dribble. Drift said he's a brilliant dribbler. I'm saying I don't think he's a brilliant dribbler. I think he's a basic dribbler of the ball. I'll use another example.
Basic.
I don't think Salah's a great dribbler.
I said great, not brilliant, but yeah.
No, you actually said brilliant, bro.
Gakpo's not basic.
Brilliant will be like Kvaratskhelia, people like that. They're what you will call like top.
Drift,
top
you use the word
dribbling.
brilliant, bro.
That's that.
But even if you want to hang too much on the verbiage, he's still very good at dribbling. He's still very good.
Who would you say is a better dribbler out of him and Salah, for example?
No, I think Salah probably still a bit, maybe.
All right,
a version of Salah because
we're talking about Salah right now. Who's a better dribbler out of him and Salah right now?
This version of Salah, I might go Cody.
If for me, Salah's still a better dribbler than Cody Gakpo, and Salah's not even a great dribbler.
It's debatable, but that's only because, again, I guess Salah's on the wane.
Salah's 33 though, so it's a little bit unfair.
Yeah, so obviously you can see like what it is. Like he struggles at times,
regardless of his age. Messi's how old? And Messi's still good at dribbling, right?
No. But what I don't like with
Messi's like with the greatest. I feel like
this is a bit of
it's nothing to do with age. Then it's whether he's good at dribbling or
not. No, because Salah doesn't have the pace now to be able to beat players the way he used to.
But we just use Rio as an example. Rio's 16. He's the other end of the spectrum to Messi. Rio's a very good dribbler. We can all agree.
Okay, so why do we say his legs are gone? What do we mean when we say that?
No. But can I say something here? All right. So I don't remember. I've just wanted to conversation. If we're talking about Rio, that's his speciality. Like that's his makeup of a player.
That's exactly
wingers. That's their speciality. What's I gonna say? Diaz. That was his makeup. His speciality was his dribbling. But we can't also just sit here and go, well, you're an amazing dribbler, but everything else is a bit meaty. Because if you want to do that to Gakpo, whoever says that he's not a great dribbler, I don't think he's great, but I just think he's okay, he's decent, yeah? The other aspects of his game are good. He's got a very good IQ, in my opinion. He's got one of the best shots in the Premier League, not just in Liverpool, in the Premier League. If you just outside the box, he can leng it from outside the box, inside the box. He's got a very good IQ. He's from the Dutch School of Football. Like when Gakpo plays for Netherlands especially, you probably see a bit more of a free-flowing Gakpo. Maybe because he's allowed to drift in and do a bit more. But even
you're saying everything I said, Matt. I can't lie. You're literally saying everything I said. So
even the game the other day, because I think Rodrigo, in my opinion, is a better player or could be a better player under the same. But that's not me disrespecting Gakpo. I think what it is what we got to stop doing.
It's the same thing I said.
No, but what we got
maybe a bit more harsh about it, but by calling out certain things.
No, but what it is though is that there's this conversation now because you've lost Diaz. Is Gakpo good enough to be the starting left winger? Since when did Gakpo just suddenly turn into this guy that like we can't rely on him?
There's a difference between being able to rely on someone. All right, Endo we can rely on, right?
We can rely on Gakpo. Gakpo, a big game player.
No, hear me out. Endo's reliable. We can all agree on that, right?
Yeah.
Would you have Endo as your starting centre midfielder if we're trying to win a league?
No, that's a bit different. No, because you've gone to the other end of the spectrum. Shall I tell you why?
All right, go on.
The manager we all know does not rate Endo. The manager rates Gakpo. That's different. We rated Gakpo last year. You want to know something as well? If Gakpo didn't get injured, in my opinion, I don't think we would have seen Diaz as our second best attacker. I just think when Cody came back from injury, he couldn't get back into form. Now, talking about Cody Gakpo's game, I understand it, It is a bit predictable. I hear that. But just because you're predictable, it doesn't make you like less of a player. What it does do, though, is that, okay, we understand there's maybe limits in certain areas of your game. And those limits are, okay, when it comes to like dribbling in the tightest of areas, because he's tall, it's a bit harder for him. When you've got Diaz and them man and Rio that's a lot shorter, low center of gravity, they can do them sharp turns. Ekatike is a bit more of a unicorn. Even the Isak, the way how their man can turn and they're so tall, they're a bit different. But I think with Cody Gakpo, we should be sitting there going, because he's not the great dribbler and he's a little bit predictable, like, should he not start? I think until we see consistently that we go, do you know what? All right, cool. There's these type of games that Gakpo just struggles in. I think we might have to do that. Because let's be real, yeah. Mohamed Salah has been the greatest Premier League winger since he entered the league. But there's still times when I kind of know what Mo's going to do. It's kind of predictable what he's going to do.
There's times.
No. Bro, I'll be real. Salah's not really even in his old school days, he's not really a byline merchant. What he would do though is he'll use byline to create a bit of space, but he's still gonna jet inside because he wants to get onto his strongest left foot. It's the same thing Iron Robben used to do. Bro, Iron Robben, how about this?
Iron Robben, two of the greatest wingers in our generation.
No, hear me up. I'm gonna give an example. Iron Robben didn't even really have tricks like that, bro. He just drop a shoulder, cut inside, bang. You think Robben used to do all these? Don't know. Robben had tricks, but not tricks like.
Are we gonna sit here and say Robben was an amazing dribbler of a football?
No. You're missing my point. We all knew what Robben was gonna do. You think Robben would ever go byline and use his right foot? If Robben uses byline and uses his right foot, he'd probably snap his Achilles, bro.
That's because he's one of the most elite dribblers of this generation, bro.
No, what I'm saying is you knew what he was gonna do, cut inside and bang. Did you do realize that? You're just gonna cut inside and bang.
Why couldn't you stop it then?
Because at that point he perfected it, bro. That was his makeup.
He was an elite dribbler, bro.
Yes, I understand that, but you can be an elite dribbler and still be kind of predictable. You do realize that.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but I'm saying if you're predictable and you're not a great dribbler, then that's where you're going to fall into issues.
Yeah, no. I'm not disagreeing with that, but what I'm saying is there's this notion that because Diaz is gone, the spotlight's on Gakpo, and now we're just focusing on Gakpo. Oh, Gakpo can't dribble. His dribble is not good enough. Well, I don't understand. Like, you see Cody Gakpo, yeah?
Do you think he's a bit better than a basic dribbler?
Yeah, better than... Bro, he's from the Dutch school of football.
I can't believe you think
he's not basic. No. I've seen Gakpo.
Just because you're born in a country or you played it doesn't mean you're not...
Gakpo has
basic. I'm not saying he's a crap footballer, you know.
No. We know what basic is, though.
No, hear me out.
Do you know who's basic? Do you know who's basic? I'll give you basic. Martinelli, basic.
I'll be real with you. I think Martinelli is a better dribbler of a ball than Gakpo.
See, I can't have this conversation.
I'm not even taking the mick. He's actually a better dribbler of the...
I'm gonna be real. You think Martinelli is a better dribbler than Cody Gakpo?
Listen, Gakpo's a better footballer.
No,
but as a just dribbling, Martinelli's probably a better dribbler of a football.
Who's got a better ball retention?
Matt, you're not.
We're gonna go through it. No, we're gonna go through it. Who's got better ball retention?
You're not hearing what I'm saying.
Hear me out. Who's got better ball retention?
Wait. Matt,
I
hear what you said. You just said.
No. Tell me what I just said. Tell me what I just said. What did I just say?
Martinelli's a better dribbler.
You literally just said Martinelli.
And what else did I say? This is what I'm saying. You're hearing one thing and not saying the rest. What else did I say?
You said you think he's better than Gakpo.
I don't understand.
Dribbling.
What else did I say? So all I said was he's better than Gakpo.
Gakpo's a better player, but you think Martinelli
said Gakpo is a better footballer, Cal.
We're having a conversation of dribbling, so forget.
We're not talking about footballer. You've added that part in, Cal. You've added that part in. He's a better footballer. We're not talking about that.
I'm adding context. Just because someone has one attribute that's better than... All right, Rio's a better dribbler than Gakpo, right?
Cal.
Is it yes or no?
Cal, hear me out, please.
Guys, let me finish.
No, because you think I've lost your point. I want to rewind. I haven't lost your point. Your point is you think Martinelli is a better dribbler, but you caveated that by saying, although he's a better dribbler, you think Martinelli is, you're saying Gakpo is the superior player. All right, cool. Where I disagree with you, though, is for the whole totality of that statement. That's just from my point of view. Okay, my point of view is Cody Gakpo is a better dribbler. He's got better ball retention. So when they're running with the ball retention at their highest speed, you will see Gakpo have more control. Gakpo, in my opinion, is able to do more and manipulate the ball better than Martinelli. Martinelli literally relies on his pace because his ball retention is shocking. I need people to understand that. And when I say ball retention, that's running with high speed, having close control. How was your ball retention when you're running at high speed? That's what I was saying before you jumped in, Matt. We need to define, and maybe everyone has a different definition of what they call dribbling. Because for me, kicking the ball and running after it is not dribbling. It's a form of dribbling, but it's very basic dribbling. It's more your ball carrying because it's like all right. I'll give you an example. Yeah, that's what I said. It's more ball carrying. Yeah, it's how you perceive dribbling. You get it from A to B. How people choose to get from A to B is very different. Some people will use their ball retention, their trickery, low center of gravity. Some people will just use their athleticism. Martinelli uses his athleticism to get past the player every single time.
Yeah.
Cody Gakpo's not even as athletic as Martinelli. But what Cody Gakpo can do, in my opinion, even though it might not be special, is that he has better ball retention when getting the ball and is under control and can get from A to B, in my opinion, in a better way than Martinelli. That's just my opinion. But Cal, if you disagree, fair play.
Do you know what as well? I think a lot of the time people distinguish pace as being a great dribbler because you'll get past your man a lot.
No, I've
So
not
a
mentioned
lot of the
pace
time-
once.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about in general. I think people think pace is directly linked to being a good dribbler because what happens is you see the player get past the man and then you just associate it with dribbling. But it isn't always the case. You can be a brilliant... Harvey Elliott is a brilliant dribbler. Look how slow he is. But he's still a brilliant dribbler. He's always got the ball under control. He always knows what he's doing.
Harvey's not a brilliant dribbler.
Bro, how... He's
What are
always
we
got the
doing
ball
here?
under control. Bro...
Just because you have the ball under control doesn't mean you're dribbling.
But that's what
Like, you're a great
dribbling is,
dribbler.
pal. Being in control of the ball. That's what dribbling is, bro.
I just feel as we're going back into that conversation,
dribbler.
you know,
Being
that we
in
had time
control of the
ago about
ball.
what is dribbling. I
But
think,
how,
guys,
how
How
can
is
it not
Harvey
be?
a brilliant dribbler?
guys,
What
I
we
think we
doing?
should kind of.
He's always got control of the ball, Cal. That is what being a good dribbler is. It's always being in
No,
control
it's
while
not, bro.
moving forward.
Pirlo always had control of the ball. Pirlo was not a great dribbler of the ball.
He was a good dribbler. He just couldn't get past people because he didn't have pace.
Someone
it doesn't mean
help
he's
me.
not. Matt, how many times did we say if Coutinho had pace, he'd have been the greatest player alive? Why? Because it was only his pace that stopped him from being able to do the magic that would have been like out of this world.
Hold on. Hold on.
Having
Was
ball
Coutinho,
control
Coutinho was a
is the-
brilliant dribbler. Coutinho was a brilliant dribbler.
No, he was an excellent dribbler. He was like a supreme dribbler. But
Yeah,
he
yeah,
could have
yeah,
been even,
yeah.
but he
Yeah.
could have been
I mean, I
even
thought-
better if
Hold
he
on.
had pace
We're
because he would have
si-
got
we're
past
sitting there-
people more.
Hold on. So if we're sitting here right now saying Coutinho didn't have pace, but we're all saying he's a brilliant dribbler,
No, Coutinho had pace. I said if he'd have had that Lionel Messi pace, he could have been
Hazard.
one of those level players.
If the same
Because-
pace as Hazard, he'd been basically the same pace as
Yeah,
Hazard. I
because he
reckon,
would have been
you know,
able to
that
beat people with his dribbling and his pace. So he would have been
he
unstoppable.
didn't. But that's what made him so elite at dribbling because he didn't need it, bro.
Yeah, and
He
if
didn't
Pirlo
need the
had
pace.
Coutinho's pace, Pirlo could have probably done what Coutinho did. Could he?
But
The way
he
he
didn't
controlled
have
the ball.
Coutinho's
Pirlo's
was
younger
just
years.
as
I'm not
good.
gonna lie. Pirlo could dribble still, Kai. Could
Of
dribble.
course Pirlo
Maybe
could
not
dribble,
on a
fam.
level of like I'll give you an
Bro,
example.
that's like
Not a-
saying Xavi can't dribble, Cal. Xavi was slow, but his ball control was elite, bro.
You are speaking about ball control. Ball control and
Ball
ball
control
retention.
is the main attribute to dribbling, Cal. Because if you ain't got control of the ball, you're not dribbling.
But it's not the only attribute when it comes to dribbling.
Of course not. Of course
So that's
not.
my
But
point.
it's
So
the
just because-
key ingredient.
All right, who's a
to
better
being a
dribbler?
good
Who's a better
bro.
dribbler? Xavi or Iniesta?
That's not close.
It's not even a debate. What are we doing?
No,
here?
no. That's a tough one.
Oh my!
Iniesta clear.
It's not
bro.
even close.
Iniesta clear.
It's
And
not
Xavi's
even
a good.
close.
What it is, Xavi's a good dribbler.
No,
but
no.
Iniesta-
Hold on.
What
Is an
are we doing?
alien.
Hold on.
Iniesta's
more
an alien.
effective- Who's more effective with their dribbling?
Drift.
Iniesta, hands
Iniesta
down.
is an alien, bro.
But I
He's an
watched
alien.
Xavi play against England in an international and walk
Drift.
through the game dribbling past people. Why? Because his ball retention was elite. So
Drift.
yes, Iniesta was more effective with his dribbling, but that doesn't mean his
Bro.
actual dribbling was better than Xavi's.
Nah, Drift. I
overall.
was with you all the way, bro. Listen, you Drift.
I'm just saying because Iniesta's got the pace that then takes
Drift.
what is great.
We gotta get back in the car
To
because
that
Cal's
elite
got the
level,
shotgun.
right?
Hold on,
He's got the
wait.
shotgun right now.
You
yeah?
man, did Zidane have pace?
No, but he's an alien at dribbling. Alien.
All right.
Zidane was
No,
an
but
alien.
Zidane wasn't slow.
Did Raquel have pace?
No.
He had enough pace to not be slow. Pirlo and Xavi are slow.
No,
players.
Drift.
Like,
You would
but
you would
right
you would
now,
put
I've proven
Raquel
my
in the slow like.
No. I
All
put
right.
He didn't really have
Raquel
athleticism
Wait
like
a
that.
sec, I'll kill it right now.
Raquel
Did
goes in the
Thiago
Coutinho
Alcantara
bracket.
have pace?
What? No, Coutinho was a lot faster than Raquel Drift.
Just about.
What?
Raquel weren't slow, you know. I
No,
used to.
Raquel
Raquel
was
one of my
very
favorite
slow.
players. I used to watch Raquel.
Same,
He was
bro.
not
Raquel was
slow.
slow as hell, bro. What are we doing?
Raquel
What?
slow Drift.
No, he wasn't slow.
Drift. I
Pirlo
promise.
is slow. Raquel
Drift.
was not slow. What are we
Drift.
doing?
Drift Raquel was slow.
Now,
bro. Like,
you know what? Miss me out, man. It's fine. It's
all right,
fine.
another great dribbler. David Silva. Would you lot
Yeah.
agree?
He was a great
Yes,
dribbler.
Of course I do.
Mahrez. There's so many of them. Let's just go to Man City's wingers, bro. Back in the day.
So when we speak about all these people we're talking about,
Those are elite players you lot are mentioning, by the way.
no, about whether they're elite or not.
But we're comparing them to bring it full circle. We're going to compare them to Gakpo, then, right?
No, I'm not doing that. What I think the whole premise was, and this is why I disagree with Carl. All right, so I understand Gakpo is not a great dribbler. In my opinion, he's not great. I would just say he's decent. He's decent at it. He's pretty good. He's decent, but it's nothing. It's not exceptional. That's not like his trait. Like, you know, when you look at certain players, like Salah, right now it's finishing, but old school Salah would have said dribbling and finishing. Gakpo is like finishing off the ball, IQ, but you wouldn't say dribbling is like you wouldn't put it like, you know, like in Football Manager where they put your strong points and all that. That's all it is. But I don't think that should take away from Gakpo. I think the reason why it's highlighted more is because we don't have Diaz, and Diaz is the complete opposite of Gakpo. So Diaz would open up space with his dribbling. Cody can't really do that. So Cody needs a bit more space to run into. And that's why I think people are maybe crashing out on Cody, because again, well, you should be the guy that's doing what Diaz is. But we've known since we've signed him, he's never been that player. So why has it changed now? Now, Cal, I know you're not asking that. All you're asking is, can it, because he doesn't have specific traits and maybe how we want to play, should he still be seen as the number one choice? Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, especially when people a week ago were saying we don't need a left winger because we've got Rio.
Yeah.
Well, I'd also like to point out that I still personally believe Gakpo's the best left winger in the league. So that means every team should be annoyed with who they've got on their wing if we are.
Because Gakpo best left winger in the league.
Is there if you lot think you can name me a left winger better than Gakpo, then by all means.
That might be a damnation on the league as opposed to Gakpo being the top of a
I'll
great
be
talent.
real.
No, but I think that's disingenuous, though, Cal.
It's not disingenuous. Just because I'm saying something you don't agree with doesn't mean it's being disingenuous. Name me five. All right, no. Name me 3 great left wingers in the league.
Great.
You can't. You can't. You can't name me 3 great left wingers.
They're not great, Cal. Let's not go there.
So I've made my point there. So just because I say something,
good, they're just good.
It doesn't mean
no. But what it is, the reason why I say it's being disingenuous is because whether or not the statement is true or not, if Gakpo's the best left winger in the world, why does that then have to be the but and then the negative? He's the best left winger in the league. But so we don't need the negative part.
It's
we're
not
talking
being
about
negative.
our
It's
player
being
that
truthful.
we're supposed to be
It's not
propping
being
up.
negative. It's being truthful. All right, I asked you the question. Name me 3 top left wingers in the league.
I'm gonna be honest, Carl.
There are top left wingers.
Not
top
top left wingers.
Matoma, I guess, is a top winger.
I don't put
Rashford
Neto.
Was a top winger,
I don't put Neto there anymore. Unfortunately, I feel like Neto's not really.
No, I mean the only 2 I can think of is Matoma and Rashford, and Rashford's left.
No. What about
if you turn around and say Gakpo's the best in the league, I'll say fair enough, but I'll also say we can still upgrade on that because the standard of wingers in the league isn't great.
No, but
so
I
I'm
never
not
said we
saying
can't
something
upgrade
crazy
on him.
here.
No, but Cal, I never once said we can't upgrade on him. I said
No,
I'm
but
happy.
You're making
him.
it out like everything I say is just cussing Gakpo. How many times?
No, but it's like if I make a positive point, then you have to make a negative point. Why can't we just be like, okay, that's a good point about Gakpo?
I'm adding context.
And the point when I said he's the best thing in the league was to just say, if we're annoyed with our winger then everybody should be annoyed with their winger then because Cody's the best.
I don't
so
care
that means
about
every team should be annoyed with their left winger.
I don't care about the other teams, Drift.
No, but that's the point I'm making is if we got the best one, we're the last ones who should moan about it. Do you get what I mean? Like we've got the best left winger, then that's the last. We should be the last.
Big up the chat, and I think this is big at the chat quickly, Cal. Can I say something? I just want to big at the chat. Yeah,
we're saying Cody's the best left winger in the league based on last season, yeah?
Yeah.
No, I'm just basing it on overall.
I think he's been one of the better. He's been one of the better wingers in the Premier League.
Attributes, ability, output, everything combined. I think he's the best.
He's one of the better.
The season before that,
yeah,
Gordon had the best numbers. I think out of the left wingers, or one of the best numbers.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I'm not going by just numbers because I don't think Gordon is a great player.
Okay, I'll leave it there.
Gakpo is better than Gordon as a player. So the numbers doesn't like. It's not just numbers.
I think Gakpo is better than Gordon.
It's ability, statistics. Like it's all things combined.
I think big at the chat because a few people in the chat are saying Gakpo is not a left winger. He's an inside forward, and I know what they mean. They're not trying to discredit Gakpo by saying he's not a winger. They're just saying He's not your traditional left winger that can just do take-ons and just mash up the whole thing. You get what I'm trying to say? He's not like that. And do you know what it is? I think people are kind of focusing more on Gakpo now. It's because Salah can't do what he used to do. When Salah was that guy, like doing what he was doing and just carving up people on the wing, it didn't really matter what the left winger was doing. That left winger could have been another left winger or it could have been an inside forward. But now we've kind of got two inside forwards. There's not a lot of take-ons from our wide players, and maybe that's why people are now focusing on it more. Because you've got an aging Salah, still great, but Salah's more now about production, more so than style. I mean, he had style and production, but now Salah's literally, I'm just going to put the ball in the back of the net. I ain't got time to dribble past 3 people. I can't even do it anymore. I'm just going to get the ball, put the ball in the back of the net. Gakpo is kind of similar.
It's not just that, though. Salah's crossing is good. Salah's passing is playmaking.
No, Cal, see, you're not. No. Style of playing, how we want to play and how we used to play. Diaz was that guy. So this is what I'm saying. Right, that's a massive spider to.
But again, we were having these debates when Diaz was here, so I don't think this is.
No, blood.
I'd take your screen off, bro, before we see you beat up.
No, it's dead. Side. Can you see it? Look, oh, hold on. Can you see it? Kill him.
I'm not gonna lie, that's small compared to what I get in my conservatory.
No, it just shrunk, but that's a I was just like, what the hell is that, bro? Thing coming towards me. Allow it. Maybe all panic and shit. Sorry. Even though I can do with it. But anyways.
I don't think this is an issue because Diaz is
sorry for any spot.
Loads of people were happy selling Diaz. My thing is,
yeah, they were.
When I mentioned about Cody Gakpo,
hold on, the thing's still alive. One second, I ain't even joking.
I was told, forget about Cody. We've got Rio there. I'm now sitting there saying, if Rio is going to be our backup for Cody, we're in for a very long season attack-wise on that side.
But who said that? Is that what people are saying?
Loads of people have been saying we don't need to get X player or that player because we've got Rio. Gakpo.
No, I'm saying who's saying that it's a long season if Rio's the backup?
I'm saying it's going to be a long season if it's Gakpo and Rio as our 2 left wingers.
But Rio's third choice though, Cal.
So who's second choice left winger?
If we buy a striker, it will be Ekitike.
We keep on saying this, but there's no evidence to suggest that Slot's going to do that.
Sorry about that, peeps.
And again, there is no evidence.
Ekitike left wing 5 times in his career.
I'm just making an educated guess.
He's not a left winger, bro.
And I always get shut down when I say things, and then it happens. Ekitike will, if we buy a striker, Ekitike will play left wing at times. He'll play Ekitike at left wing before he'll play Rio if the game's important.
Yeah, but that's like saying.
So what happens if Isak needs a break and Ekitike is burnt out because he's playing left wing?
But then that comes to the point that we do need to buy reinforcements because that's a totally different conversation.
So if we've got Ekitike and Isak, why don't we just go out and buy a proper left winger rather than putting Ekitike out there? If
we've got money like that, then we should.
We have got money like that. We actually have got money.
I don't know. Everyone seems to have caught us up, which is another part of the conversation I wanted to have today. Like everyone did that. Florian Wirtz for 100 mil seems to have skewed a lot of people's opinions on Liverpool, maybe even our own. We ain't spent that much. Man United, if they get Baleba, would have spent more money than us this summer.
No. That's a false narrative. It's a false narrative. We've spent. How? No, hear me out. We spent more money, but we've also better at selling players. Man United are crap at selling players.
No, forget the net spend. I'm just thinking about actual spend. If they spend 80 to 100 mil on Baleba after just spending 70 mil on Sesko, they would have actually outspent us, Cal.
Cool. And which window would you rather have, Man United or Liverpool's?
No, but that's a different conversation. The point I'm making is Liverpool ain't spent as much money as people think we have. So that's my point.
No, but if they're spending a lot of money but spending it on crap, I won't use the word crap.
No, but that's a different conversation.
They put in good players, though.
My point is
Liverpool. Our window is easily better than Man United.
No, it's better. Can I say something just quickly? Let me say something. Yeah.
The point the point I was making is we haven't spent as much money as you think because when you actually deep it, most clubs have spent the same, if not more than us. If I'm not mistaken, Chelsea have spent more than us. Arsenal have spent the same as us. It's just because we did the Florian Wirtz thing and just blew Bayern Munich and Man City out the water, why it like really skewed everyone's opinion on how bossed up we are this summer. We haven't spent more money than the rivals. We actually haven't. This is fact. I'm not even giving like an opinion. This is facts.
But the thing
So
is,
what-
I'm
what
not even
point- what point are
bothered
you making
about
then,
that
Jim?
conversation, though.
The
I'm
point
not
I'm
even
making
bothered
is
about
maybe
spending
we
money.
ain't balling more than everyone else. Well, we could just go get Rodrigo, go get him, go get him, go get him. Because when you actually deep it, we've pretty much spent the similar amount of money that the other top teams have spent. Man City, Arsenal, and Chelsea and Man United, if Man United get Baleba, have all spent the same or more money than Liverpool.
I think if we get Isak, that changes. But
I'm not being.
however,
We
But
bid
that's
for
such
and
a
Guehi-
massive if right now.
yeah,
I'm
and
not
Guehi
counting that yet.
or Leon or
No, but we
Giovanni
bid for
Leone.
him. In the same, hold on, in the same way you just said, if Man United get Baleba, if we get Isak, they haven't got Baleba.
But that's the reason why I then added Chelsea, Arsenal, and City. We haven't outspent them.
Yes, but we've also brought in way more money because we're better at selling than they are.
Yeah, but that's another conversation, Cal. The point
It
is,
feeds into the same
maybe we're not going to spend, maybe we're not going to end up being the biggest spenders in the window. And maybe just because we did the all-out thing for Verts and we will bid for Isak if it's the right choice, don't mean we'll do, go fling a ding on top. Hey, go and get Rodrigo's off. Oh, yeah, maybe we're not doing that.
So do we
Because
have to
we
be
actually at the moment ain't even really outspent.
But genuine question though, like forget all the money that's been
But does
spent.
that matter though?
That's what I was gonna say. So forget what
It
we
matters
spent.
in the context of us saying, just go and get 3-4 more players. Because maybe Liverpool ain't about to spend that type of money.
But here's what Liverpool have done, in my opinion. So the players we've sold, how many players have we sold this summer? So we've sold Kelleher,
Yeah.
we've sold Diaz, we've sold Nunes,
Got
we've
money for Trent.
obviously Trent left. That's
Kwanzaa.
4, 5. Yeah, there's more, right? I think there's more.
Nunes, Diaz,
Morton. Now, out of all them players that we've let go, how many of them were in like the 22-man squad? So you'd say Trent was one, Nunes was one, Diaz was one.
I think they all were apart from Morton, man. I'll say they were all apart from Morton. Morton's the only one that didn't get regular playing time.
Are you sure?
I think
towards the end of the season,
Kelleher. All right. So what I'm gonna say now is this:
the question could be, out of all those players, who is seen as someone we shouldn't have sold?
First 11's a different conversation. If you say which one of them would be first 11, then it's just Trent.
No. The reason why I said squad is because do you feel like we've adequately replaced those players? Is the squad unbalanced with how we are currently constructed?
No, I don't think we have. No,
we haven't replaced Kwanzaa.
So we haven't replaced Kwanzaa. We haven't replaced Diaz.
And we haven't replaced Diaz and Nunes.
So the squad right now is so even though people, that's what I'm saying, forget how much we spent. It's more about can Liverpool rebalance the squad? Because one thing I did notice is that the squad right now, in my opinion, is heavily unbalanced. For example, we've got 2 centre backs. I know people are gonna say disrespectful. Big up Joey G if he's watching. No disrespect, my bro. I'm just talking about availability. I don't know when Joey's going to be okay. So I'm saying right now we've only got 2 centre backs. And then we're already going to the CDMs as centre backs. That's the situation we're in. Then you go and look at the forwards. We've got one natural centre forward. Yeah. And we're going. My man was on the bench, the guy that we bought from Gary Neville's team. What's his name again? The youngster. Will Wright cannot be the backup. So, and again, in regards to Salah replacement or Salah backup, we've never really had that, but Cage is still here, so I'll let you off, yeah? No Diaz replacement, you could argue that's Rio, and there's no Nunes replacement. The squad is unbalanced, and it is quite, like midfield, I think is okay.
Sorry, man, to cut you. Just want to stick with the attack, though, because we are going to speak about defense.
Okay.
As of right now, these are our attackers. You got Salah, Ekitike, Gakpo, Rio, Chiesa, and Elliott. Those are our 6 attackers right now.
No, throw away Elliott and put in Verts if you're being realistic. If we're
Verts is a 10.
Yeah, he's an attacker.
Would it? Yeah. Then that means Elliott and Verts have to be in the same bracket.
Yeah, Verts is an attacker, bro.
Elliott often plays on the right for Liverpool. He doesn't play in a 10 for Liverpool.
But stylistically, him and Verts are similar types.
I'm saying put Verts in over Verts is in over Elliott.
Okay, if you want to put Verts
that
in
makes
and then
sense,
Doku as well.
Yeah, you can add Doku in as well. Yeah, if you want.
I'm not including 10s. I'm talking about the front 3.
But I wouldn't really count Elliott as one of the, I know he can play there, but I wouldn't count him as one of the
Kyle, do you want to rephrase it to front 3 then and just take out the 10? Is that what you want to do?
Front 3, but Elliott plays in the front 3 just as much as...
Does he? When was the last time Elliott played wide right?
I mean,
whenever he came off the bench, Elliott
ain't really getting minutes like that though. No, Cal's right. He does
When he
play
came
off
off
the
the
right,
bench
but he's
last
not.
season, he came
but-
on and played right.
But he's not really
I
getting
mean,
them
well,
minutes though.
he only got 700 minutes. So I mean, how? All right, let's count
He
him
played
as a forward.
right.
Hold on,
We'll
is
count,
this person having a wind
I just
up?
think him and Vert should both be considered.
Should we ban this person straight away, guys? I'm not even trying to. Should we ban him straight away?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Toronto Reds. Is he? I didn't understand what he meant by that because, like, we all know the situation. So I'm just
No. He's saying as in who we've lost. I don't think he's being.
Oh, sorry. I thought the person meant like. Sorry.
No,
I was just trying to make
I don't
sure.
even know how you thought that was bad, bro. I'm confused.
No, because I'm saying players that are not here. Well, we already know. Obviously, he's not.
No,
here.
no, but
So he wouldn't be part of this footballing conversation. No, but we're talking like
but it's a valid point though, because even though it's horrible how we lost Jota, in football terms, we've still lost Jota.
Yeah, sorry, I kind of took it a bit wrong.
Football conversation and human conversations are two totally different things.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The man just said, "Oh, because we didn't mention him."
Jota.
Okay, got you. I just wanted to make sure. All right, then, cool. So front three.
So front three then. Front three. I'm going to include Elliot in the front three.
Apologies, Toronto Red. My bad, my bros.
Because he's not playing in the 10 if we've got Sobo and Wirtz there, in my opinion. The only place he really gets game time now is on the right hand side. So you've got Salah, Elliot, and Doak, Ekitike, Gakpo, and Rio.
Yeah.
And Chiesa, sorry.
Do you know what that tells me? The squad is weaker.
Hold on. Out of those 7,
the squad's weaker.
Who do you see staying at the club?
Not Chiesa and potentially who's the other one you meant?
I think Chiesa, Doak, Elliot will go.
Yes, maybe not Elliot. Just only because I think he will go, but there's got to be the right offer. But I think Chiesa and Doak definitely go. Now, if they definitely go, we are weaker. In fact, we're already weaker now because we're unbalanced, in my opinion.
So that leaves us with 3 attackers plus Rio.
And we think this is okay?
No. So I'm going to ask you.
It's not okay, is it?
How many do we need to bring in?
2. We need a striker
can I ask you a question before we answer Cal's question, because it's part of it.
Yeah, go for it.
Why are we the only club who have sold players before we've replaced them?
Shall I tell you what I think's happened? And this is actually kind of surprising for me to say. Diaz kind of
both, Cal. What did you say, sir?
It just kind of happens like that sometimes. I
tell you
what,
you
might be on a delay, you know, Cal.
No, he's back. He's back. He was delayed, but he's back now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Diaz, in my opinion, not forced his way, but made it clear that he doesn't want to stay. And in football,
so was Isak, right?
Hear me out.
We got what we wanted for Isak. For
this is what, and not only that, this is not nice for me to say, but this is the truth. This is the reality. Isak means more to Newcastle than Diaz does more to Liverpool. Because remember, that's their marquee player. Diaz is one of our players. He was one of our own. And I actually miss Diaz. I wish he stayed. And I would have kept Diaz. I was on record, kept on saying we should not sell Diaz unless he wants to leave. This was from a month ago. This is when all the Rodrigo talk was even hotter than what it is now, innit? The problem is if a player really wants to go and he says to the manager, like, you know, I really want to like try something else. My contract situation is a bit of a mess. Rare. The manager's going to be like, all right, cool. Do what's best for you. Like, and with the Jota situation as well, there probably would have been a bit more sympathy in terms of how taking into consideration how people are feeling like mentally as well. That's not an excuse. It's more about understanding. Like, there's probably a lot that's going on with all these players that probably we won't even find out until a year or so later. But in regards to Diaz, I think he wanted to leave, contract situation, and he just wanted a fresh start potentially. And then you've got Darwin again, fresh start. Like, I'll be real, man. Like, I think Slot, maybe if the circumstances were different, might have said you're not going nowhere. Because originally Liverpool said Diaz is not going nowhere. Remember, Bayern went away. They did actually go away, you know. Then they came back.
And that's the point that I'm trying to get at for why I asked the question, Matt. Because even though Liverpool have been amazing in one respect of what we've done in the transfer market, we've also been pretty bad because selling well isn't an excuse. It should be more about the playing squad. in my opinion. Like, we're doing the accountant thing again. Do you really think I want to sell Diaz and Nunes, and then if we don't replace them, be left short and go, oh, but look how amazing we are at selling and the accounts are up and we're in the green? I don't give a fuck about any of that. I need Diaz to be able to come on and help us win a game to win the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? I need a Nunes off the bench to get a brace at Brentford to help win the Premier League. I don't care about money. So it's crazy to me that Liverpool kind of have been the only team this window that are like, let's get rid of, regardless of whether we've replaced or not. Because what if we get left short?
Do you think we're underestimating? Sorry, Carl, just quickly. Do you think we're underestimating the club? How a few of us, including myself, maybe not yourself, but I definitely underestimated the amount of signings that we're bringing in. So I know it's 3 weeks left. So everyone's thinking, well, what are you going to get in 3 weeks? But do you think there's a case where Liverpool going, do you know what? All right, we're going to sit tight. We know what the plan is. It's just that, remember, timing in football is everything. If there's one thing I've learned, like watching football for all these years, it's timing. We knew exactly what we was doing with Ekitike. Timing. We knew exactly what we was doing with Isak. And that sounds crazy because we ain't got the player. We knew what we were doing. It's all about timing in football. So, in my honest opinion, the only way I look at it, Drift, is if Rio has maybe done so well in training, they've gone, that's the Diaz replacement. They might have done that, but that remains to be seen. The striker situation, we have to get in another striker. Do you want to know why? It's not even just about Isak. It's more about Ekitike can't be the only striker. So why does Ekitike gets an injury? Why does Ekitike is in such bad form? He hasn't scored in like 7 games. Yeah. Like what was he supposed to do? What? Where do we go from there? And then on top of that, Salah goes AFCON. Now I reckon the plan is, personally, it's a Frimpong thing. We'll have to wait and see how that pans out. But I think Frimpong will do well. It just won't be. He's not gonna do what we would like our wingers to do, but he'll make it work somehow. I have faith in
Matt. Just stick with attack.
Oh, sorry, with attack. Yeah, my bad. And then, so if you look at the attack here as a whole, we are unbalanced, and I feel like we're undermanned. We're understaffed, innit? Even if you include
even if we keep Doak, Elliott, and Chiesa, our attack isn't good enough.
Because we've lost it. Because I'll give an example, like what Drew said. Let's just say, and again, this is just hindsight. Let's say we brought in no other striker and Nunes stayed. People will be annoyed that it was Nunes, but I reckon as the season went on, and let's say that he was called upon in certain games, we might go, we know what we're going to get. But at the same time, we still got the player there. Right now, we don't have the player. There's no other selection. So what I'm trying to say is,
Danz is going to get given.
All I'm trying to say is better to have the depth, even if the quality might not be the greatest, because that depth might allow those quality strikers to get rest. Right now, we can't do that. Right now, if Cody Gakpo goes down with an injury, we're now putting our hopes in Rio. We shouldn't need to do that.
That's what I'm saying.
This ain't Brendan Rodgers, Raheem Sterling. Like, we have to put all our hopes on a young star. But obviously, we know about SAS. But you get what I'm trying to say.
Matt, that's what I'm saying. So why did we sell the players before we bought the replacements?
Because something tells me there must drift there. Do you know what? I look at our transfer market. I look at our transfer market so far and think there's been a plan. We always knew we was going to get a left back. We always knew we was going to get a right back. We always knew we was going to get a striker. I think the only thing that tricked everybody was, I'm going to sit here and say this now. I don't think one person predicted when we played our final game of the season last year that we were going to sign Florian Wirtz at number 10. No, some people might have got, we can upgrade on Szoboszlai, but I don't think people would have gone, we have to get Wirtz, or people would have looked at other areas of the squad. Call me crazy. Even as much as I wanted Wirtz, I didn't think Liverpool were going to go and get Wirtz. I didn't think Liverpool were going to go and do that. So...
No, but that doesn't mean that we're still stupid for not doing what all the other clubs are doing, where they're like, you know what? If we missed the opportunity to sell the player, so be it. But you know what? We're not leaving ourselves short. Diaz can go when such and such comes in. Nunes can go when such and such comes in. Because all the other clubs, even clubs like Newcastle and Aston Villa and these type of clubs, are still saying, no. Even Brentford, until we get the replacement, no. Because we're not being left short. So how come smaller clubs are even being able to do that? But we're just like, all right, the money seems right. Fuck it. Let him go. It's like...
Just quickly, can I ask you both a question?
I believe there's a plan, but it's starting to get scarily close to the end of the window. That's all I'm saying.
Before I forget, can I ask you both a question? If you, Cal, who would have been your top choice left winger once we finished the season just gone? Who would have been your first choice left winger?
My first choice left winger.
First choice, anybody, and it could be anybody, but realistic. But who would have been your first choice?
If it was anybody, it would have been Cravo. Realistically,
realistically, right now,
probably. Did we think Rodrigo? We probably didn't think Rodrigo would leave at that point.
Not at that point, if I'm being honest. I just spoke about him, but I never thought it would have been realistic at that point. But somehow it kind of is.
I'll be real with you guys. I know Musiala had signed a new contract by then.
Yeah, left winger. Who was your first choice? Like,
I would have wanted Wirtz to come in as left winger.
Would you? Fair play.
Or Barcola.
This doesn't work with what I'm about to say.
But I'd say Barcola then.
But what about you, Drift? All right, cool. Barcola, stay there. All right, Drift. Who would have been your first choice left winger? There's a reason why I'm asking you guys this. You'll find out in a second. Who would have been your first choice left winger, Drift? If you thought, Diaz is leaving, I think he's gonna go. Like, who would be your first choice?
From who's available now, or just anyone?
Like, so it has to be realistic. So when the season finished. And you thought there's a possibility Diaz could leave, who would have been your first choice left winger?
I'm not even copping out. I didn't want anyone. I wanted to keep Diaz.
Yeah. Jeff, I need for this
to
work.
I can't think of one because I was never in that mind frame.
All right, Drift out of the conversation because I can't use it on Drift. What I'm trying to say is this. Imagine now if Liverpool have gone, all right, cool. We know Diaz is leaving. We know he's leaving. However, we're going to get a world-class number 10. So that world-class number 10 is going to make us miss out on a top left winger. What would you have said at the time? Because it's starting to make me wonder. And the reason I'm saying that is because the PR has already started with Rio. Albeit he deserves it. He does deserve it because he's been absolutely amazing. But the reason I'm saying that is because is there a world where Liverpool have gone, do you know what? Should we just take a chance here? And this is where we kind of go back to typical FSG. I'm not trying to rile up the FSG inners. I'm not trying to. But just hear me out on this one. It's just a suggestion. Yeah, just a suggestion. What if they're going, do you know what? Do you know what? Diaz is leaving. But if we get a world-class number 10, world-class, best in the world, can we get away with, not get away, but we've got Gakpo and we've got Rio. Can we do that? Would you have been okay with that? Because that's what could happen right now. That's what I wanted to ask.
Remember what I said at the beginning of the summer? Remember I said I wanted Wirtz and Shirky. Remember I said that?
Yes, you did.
And where did I say I'd play Wirtz? Match editates. Where did I say I'd play Wirtz?
Come on, remember left wing is completely.
I said I'd play Wirtz left.
Yeah, you did.
Shirky in the 10, Salah on the right, and Isak through the middle. Those are my words. I said those are my words.
Wirtz wide is wasting talent, though. That doesn't make sense, bro, to play him there permanently.
Wide makes more sense than Ekitike wide.
Nah.
Of course Wirtz has actually played there.
Not that much, bro. I told you the other day, statistically, he plays more on the right.
There. Watch this. We're going to convince him. Watch this. Drift. Who would you say is quicker out of Coutinho and Wirtz? Maybe Coutinho by a little bit more, maybe? Or would you say about the same?
Wirtz quicker.
No, I just off memory, I'd probably say they're the same.
All right, let's say they're the same. Let's say they're the same. Wirtz can do what they're not the carbon copy. They're not. I don't want people to get mixed up, but they're special talents, both high IQ, good ball retention, dribblers of the ball as well. They can manipulate the ball. You're telling me throwing Wirtz wouldn't cook. It might not be ideal because remember we kind of already said at one point we think Coutinho in the 10 will be an absolute masterstroke. But you think Wirtz couldn't cook, knowing that Kirkes...
I'll be honest with you. I've seen him play there once, and it was for Germany, and he was horrendous. But I'm not going to let just one game... I'm not going to let one... No, but what I mean is I still saw him play left wing, and he was horrendous. And statistically, he played right wing twice as many times as he's played left wing. So what I'm saying is, why is he more of a left winger than he is anything else?
Wirtz has played more.
Put him there, but
Wirtz has played more left 10 drift than right 10. If that makes sense.
Can I ask a question? Apart from pace, what makes Ekitike more qualified to play on the left wing than Wirtz?
I think he's got a better eye for goal. So what your
word you should use is athleticism.
You do know Wirtz has an eye for goal, right?
No, Verts.
Well,
Verts
Carl,
is a
if
monster.
Ekatike doesn't have a better eye for goal than Verts, we wasted our money because I don't want a
No,
striker
but you're saying
who
it like
doesn't
it's
have a
night
better
and
eye
day.
for goal
Verts is
than
a
one
very.
of the players.
I'd argue say Verts is just as good a finisher as Ekatike.
No, Verts is just so Ekatike just got more athleticism. That's it. That's it, really. Athleticism.
I also take away pace.
I would rely on Ekatike more to score me a goal than I would Verts.
But that's not the only point of a winger, though.
But that's one of the main reasons why I would prefer Ekatike to play. You asked me why I think he would be better suited, and I'm saying because he's got a better eye for goal. Isn't that what we moan about with the wingers when we say they don't score enough goals? Is that not?
But there's a difference between someone.
When
All right,
we
let me give
said
an
about our
example.
wingers, they don't score enough goals.
Well,
We've got Gakpo and Salah.
So what's the complaint with Diaz if it wasn't just he didn't score enough goals? Because he was good at everything else. So what was the complaint about
let's
Diaz?
Let's not go back into the players that
We're speaking about Verts and Ekatike.
Yeah,
Verts
and who would be best suited to left wing? And I think if you're more capable of scoring from the wing, you're better suited to it. And then you've just said, well, when do we have a conversation about that? But that's what Diaz's criticism was. He don't get enough goals.
What makes you think Ekatike from the left wing is going to score bare goals?
Because what I see of him, he drifts left when he plays anyway. So naturally, he likes to be over that side of the pitch. He's got a better eye for goal. And from what I've seen so far, it seems like he's actually got more ability to get past the player. So as a winger, I'd rather you could get past your player.
Verts can take it past his player at any given moment, bro.
Verts is good at that. But if you asking me,
Verts is good. Verts is exceptional.
So would you say that Verts is better at getting past the player than Ekatike? Because Ekatike looks brilliant at getting past players.
Bro, you know me, I'm the biggest advocate for Ekatike. But if we're talking about 1v1 demon, that's Florian.
All right,
that's
fine.
But what I'm gonna say,
I'm not even gonna tell you you're wrong.
Yeah. But all I'm gonna say is
just giving you my opinion.
Not fair play.
Plus, if you play him left wing, sorry to cut you, Matt. If you play him left wing, you're taking away from what he does best in the 10. So what's the point of taking Verts out of position?
Hear me out. Hear what I'm going to say. Hear what I'm going to say. I'm going to try and understand what Carl's just said. If you played Florian Verts on the left and Ekatike for the middle, Ekatike is going to do what Henry does. He's going to draw to the left. They want to go to the left. They like to cut in. I understand it. We're not comparing quality with just style of play. You go to the left. The beauty of Florian Verts, because of the high IQ, once Verts can see Ekatike even moving, Florian's already moving into that vacant space that's been left. So even though it's like that they're gonna swap during game anyway. They're high IQ players. So one thing we mustn't get fixated on as well is where they're starting. It's what they're able to do. Florian Verts, if he starts on the left or the right, he's going to be a problem because of his high IQ. Ekatike, I do think he is a striker. Yes, he does drift to the left, but I wouldn't call him a left winger though. But he does drift to the left. But I don't want people to think that, in my opinion, that he's a left winger, because I think he's very, very different. Because you see the work that Gakpo and Diaz have to do. Ekatike will put in the graph, but I don't think he's maybe as durable and maybe not used to that as well. So I just think maybe if you're going to play someone left wing, it would be Florian Verts to be a better choice than Ekatike.
Do you know most right-footed strikers naturally drift over to the left because you have a bigger surface of goal to aim.
Sorry, one second, guys.
Carl,
I genuinely can't think of a right-footed centre forward who doesn't drift to the left more than they drift to the right. Torres did it. We'd never speak about putting Torres there. Benteke used to drift more to the left than the right. All these right-footed strikers, they naturally drift to the left because it gives them a bigger surface area to aim at when they're shooting at goal.
No, but Carl, you can tell the difference between the ones who enjoy it and they could play there and the ones who do it for a little space. João Pedro used to do it because he was good at it. Torres would do it to create space for himself. Like, you can tell the difference between players are doing it.
Would you play Isak on the wing?
No, I wouldn't play him on the wing. But
Isak drifts out to the left wing probably more than Verts does.
I was going to say, I reckon Isak probably could do a job on the left wing, but I wouldn't play him there on purpose.
No, he couldn't do a job because it's a different game.
Cal,
just because they drift out there, you're only seeing one side of their game. Remember, if you're on the wing, you're not just attacking, you're defending as well. Unless you're Salah or Messi or Ronaldo, you're playing on the wing, you're defending as well. So Isak drifting out to the left doesn't mean he can play left wing because you've got other jobs to do when you're actually a left winger.
Yeah, but those will be, we don't know whether he can do that or not.
They couldn't do it. They can't do that. They can drift
but
out.
I would guess Ekatike will be able to help track back just as well as Gakpo does, because Gakpo's not really good at helping track back. So I can't imagine Ekitike being any worse than Gakpo with doing that.
Gakpo actually does trap back. That's the thing, though.
No, but he's not good at it, bro. I'm not talking about his effort. He's a professional and he always puts in effort, but he's not good at it. You can't rely on Gakpo to come and help the left back out. You can't, bro. You know, we've never said that. We've never been like, oh yeah, Gakpo did a great job protecting Robbo today. We've never ever said that, bro.
And I don't think we'd ever use those words if Ekitike played there either.
So no, but I'm saying, so if Gakpo can play left wing, then Ekitike could, because I don't think he would do any worse at helping with the other parts of the play than what Gakpo does. Yeah, I know transfer market's not Bible, Cal. Wirtz didn't even play left wing for Bayer Leverkusen, but he played right wing.
Oh.
So I'm just saying, I don't know why Wirtz left wing seems to be something people would do.
Because his starting position was one of the 2 10s behind the striker, and he'd often use most of his gameplay from the left-hand side. That's
but there's a big difference, like you said, between playing left wing and being a left 10.
Yes, but Wirtz actually got back and defended on the left channel as well. He had to.
No, that's fine. I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm just saying, why, if Gakpo can play left wing, then Ekitike can play left wing. Because Gakpo's not great at defending.
Ekitike. All right, so what's Ekitike's stats with him playing left wing on transfer market?
Let me check.
I'll be honest, I'll be so livid if I see Ekitike left wing when we can just go and buy a left winger. Look at that.
He only plays.
Right. My point proven.
Not really, because neither of them played left wing.
No, I've been told he played left wing and he's played left wing. That shows it.
Who said he played left wing?
But people have said it.
I never said he's played left wing. I said he could play left wing. He's young. You could easily mold him.
We're going based on this then. He plays one position. And one position only.
But neither of them, according to transfer market, have played left wing. So the argument between the two of them is still just down to subjective.
Because then if you watch their actual football matches, you will see that one does play on the left and one drifts to the left. 2 different things.
Bruv, all I'm saying is there is no yes or no right or wrong. It's all subjective opinions. But in my opinion, from what I think Slot is even going to do, is Ekitike will be one of the players to cover left wing if we get in a situation where it's needed. I can foresee it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I can foresee a world where Ekitike, if Gakpo's not available, plays left wing.
And I think that will be our undoing. Because you're going to burn him out and you're going to burn out Isak, and then you're not going to be able to use either one through the middle.
Oh, well, we definitely agree we need 2 more forwards, though. I'm 100% in agreement with you.
I'd arguably say we need 3 more forwards.
I mean, in an ideal world, yeah, because right wing is a conversation as well. We do have to have that conversation.
I think right wing's been a conversation for a long time, as I've been mentioning for a long time. But every time I mention it, I just get told Salah plays all the minutes. We can't get anyone.
Well, we addressed it last year. It's just unfortunate it didn't work out. But when we bought Chiesa, we did address that issue.
And we're back to square one again.
I mean, that's the reason I would keep Chiesa. If we don't replace Chiesa, I'd keep him. The 10 mil ain't doing nothing. I'd rather just at least have the option.
It's not about the money though, Drift. As I said yesterday proved a lot to me, bro. We can't sit. Gakpo and Salah had poor games, and not one inclination suggested Chiesa is going to come off the bench.
Yeah, I don't think Chiesa is ready.
PSG at home. Gakpo wasn't even fit, bro. Chiesa still.
No, I get. Oh, so you're putting it more down to what's the point in the player being there if the manager won't use him? You mean?
What's the point, bro?
But I think eventually, if he was really forced into it, he would. Like if he didn't, God forbid, like Salah went AFCON and then Frimpong and Szoboszlai were both suspended for the same game, or something like, and Elliot left. He'd play Chiesa. It'd be like he'd have to. There'd be no one else. But at least he would be there as an option, though.
Would he though, bro?
Well, if he wasn't in that situation, then my days, that would just be like.
I'll say this: I think there's more chance Ben Doak plays for us than Chiesa.
But I think that Ben Doak and Elliot are pretty much already out the door, though. So I'm not really counting them.
I think Chiesa's pretty much out the door. They're just finding the club for him to go to.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I haven't seen any real concrete with Chiesa. It always just seems to be, does he want to stay in England or not? It doesn't ever really feel concrete. Whereas Doak and Elliott, I think Tottenham might get Elliott. Like, it does seem like, you know what I mean? And Doak's got quite a few suitors as well. It's just we're asking for more than they want to pay. So, yeah.
I think Elliott could be the easiest one out of the lot to convince to stay for another season.
Elliott don't want to go. Elliott doesn't want to go.
Exactly. I think Elliott just wants a little bit of reassurance and some.
The club are making Elliott leave.
I wouldn't even say the club. I think this one's on slot.
Well, yeah, whoever the powers may be, yeah. I think they're making him leave, yeah.
And I'll be real with you, even if Chiesa's staying, it still doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence, bro.
It would if we bought like Barcola and Isak as an example, and then Chiesa was the cover on the right.
The Barcola rumours came out last week because he probably wanted a new contract.
Yeah, no, I don't think it would. I'm just saying for argument's sake, say we bought Barcola and Isak, Chiesa for right wing back, I'll be perfectly. I still think Chiesa can offer something. Maybe I'm being weird or delusional, but I still think Chiesa can offer something. It's Chiesa. We can get his fitness right, which he doesn't seem like he's that far away from like pre-season and watching training videos.
Nothing to do with his fitness. The manager don't rate him, bro.
I think last season it was. Because it can't be talent, bro. This is Chiesa. It's got to be fitness. It can't be talent. It's got to be fitness.
Jeff, it can't be fitness, bro. He's been at the club for over a year.
Matt,
go on.
Cal thinks it isn't fitness. I think it is fitness why Chiesa doesn't get picked or why Slot doesn't favour him. What do you think it is?
I don't think he's suited to the Prem. Okay. And not only that, I think Chiesa's still trying to find his way back to how he used to be. And the Prem is the most intense league. I think if Chiesa, he had a good season in Juve before we got him, right? But I still don't think he was at his best. He just looks a bit behind schedule. And to be behind schedule after being here for an hour, the manager is going to start questioning, like, how good are you? And maybe it's a mental thing for Chiesa, but I don't know. I don't think he rates him like that. I think he's looked at him and thought, you're not what I need on the wing. I need more.
Because he could be right.
Because here's the thing. Chiesa's probably better suited playing as the striker more so than he is a winger right now, because when you're a winger, you're supposed to have that pace to get by players. He doesn't really like he has that anymore. Can't really get past his man how he used to.
He's not slower than Gakpo.
Gakpo's faster than him, bro.
Top end speed, like running the whole pitch, yeah. But like if you're talking about across like 20 or 30 yards, I don't think Gakpo's quicker than Chiesa.
Gakpo picks up speed. Gakpo is very high top speed. Chiesa kind of just stays at that same level. Don't have them
I think just saying over the first 10 yards, Chiesa's quicker than Gakpo. But if they were
10 yards is nothing.
No, but
as a winger, that's important.
10 yards is a lot as a
winger.
Bro, when was the last time you saw Chiesa take on his player and use pace? Ever in the Premier?
No, but I've still seen him sprinting around
even with these 10 yards.
I've still seen him sprinting around the pitch. He's no slouch, bro.
Even with these 10 yards that he has, have we ever seen? Cal, you got the best memory. Have we ever seen Chiesa go beat his man for pace for the whole of the time he's been here?
Oh, only the game was it against Accrington Stanley when he scored the goal.
All right, I'll leave it there.
Yeah, but Matt, you do realize Chiesa's only played like 300 minutes or something like that. So like, it's a little. You can't judge his pace on what we've seen.
Wait there. It don't matter how many minutes you have. If you're quick, you're quick. It don't matter about minutes. If you're quick, you're quick. So what you're telling me? Inside training is a facade.
No, I'm
see him in training, bro. They know he's not about it, bro.
I agree with Drift here. If over 10 yards, Chiesa's quicker than Gakpo. But if you're looking anything over 15 yards, Chiesa's getting blown out of the water.
I think Gakpo's faster. Just full stop.
Over the first 10 yards, Gakpo takes a bit of time to pick up speed. But once he gets going, you can't stop him.
You're forgetting who Chiesa is.
A long distance sprinter, not a short sprinter.
You're forgetting who Chiesa is right now. We're not talking old school. The Chiesa we've seen at Liverpool, I can't even associate pace at all in any conversation.
No, but that's because when he's played right wing, left wing, and he's also played as a striker. But he's not.
But hear me out. Even if Drift was to say the 10 yards, and you agree with Drift for the 10 yards, the whole time he's been here, I have never seen Chiesa go, oh, look at that. Look at the pace, the burners, even the first time. I haven't seen nothing at all.
So
you
haven't you haven't seen him running around as quick as Gakpo? Because that's the point I'm making. He's not slower than Gakpo.
Bro, do you know what it is? Chiesa will try. Like, it's not like he's not a try, but it's not like he just gives up. He will look busy. So therefore, sometimes when someone's busy, you can look fast because you're busy. Like, you're trying to get around the pitch. You will try hard. But bro, the whole time we have seen Chiesa at Liverpool, I cannot associate pace whatsoever. Like, let's not talk about pace with Chiesa at this moment in time.
No, I agree. All right, let's bring it back.
That's what I'm saying, innit? Yeah.
How many attackers do you think Liverpool will sign before the end of the window?
I'm scared it's going to be one.
So what was the
how many attackers do you think will sign before the end of the window?
I think one.
Yeah, I think one.
And that's not enough. We need two, in my opinion.
We definitely need two.
If we only get one, it's a bad game.
Bro, let's say it's Isak and it's the striker that everyone wants. That still means Rio will definitely be fast tracked. Rio will be the understudy to Cody Gakpo. And then Salah, we think Chiesa probably going to be sold. There'll be no one for Salah. And if Elliot goes, I don't even know what happens there because there'll just be no replacement for Salah. It'll be Frimpong.
I personally believe that Rio's ready, just not ready. So him being third choice, I'm totally cool with. I know Cal disagrees with me, but that's on the premise that I think Ekitike can cover left wing and striker. And even if we want to say Verts can cover there as well, I still think there's some options to cover left wing and Rio third choice if you don't want to do that. I would keep Chiesa or Bendo and then Isak coming in. I'm not going to lie. It's not ideal and it definitely should be better, but I'm not going to be angry if our forwards are Rio and Doka's backup and then Ekitike, Isak, Chiesa, Gakpo.
I think Liverpool are trying to actively sell Doak from what it looks like.
Yeah. No, I know what they do. But I'm just saying what I would do, man. I would keep one of Chiesa or Doak because I would want in the squad a player who can play right wing.
Going on that premise of Gift, I'm going to be completely transparent and honest. If we go with Salah and Ben Doak as our right wing options, then we've weakened our right hand side from last season. If we go Rio and Gakpo from our left hand side, we've weakened on our left side from last season.
We have. I agree.
But we would have strengthened our striking options with Ekitike and Isak.
But and the only reason I'll let it slide, Cal. That's the only reason I'll let it slide.
You've weakened the front line.
So does that mean the word I want to use is true? Unbalanced.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the only reason they're getting away with it, and I can even admit this, and not even getting away with it because they're not getting away with it because I'm still angry about it. But the only reason I'm not going to kick off about it is because the 10 and the 9 are so elite that I'm like, was this the trade-off? Okay, let's see what the future holds. Let's see if January next summer.
The unfortunate loss of Jota, which none of us could have foreseen.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. But then I'll be like, is it January or next summer? Because there's got to be another forward coming in within the next 6 to 12 months.
All right.
Least.
Do you think?
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
do you think
that premise was on there being a centre back? I just didn't want to step on Cal's toes for the next topic. But it would also be the money would have had to be spent on a centre back as well. Do
you think the mistake we made at this present time, unless things changes, is it's the sale of Diaz? Because Diaz is the one. 100%. I think he's the one. Because you're missing quality, you're missing depth.
Diaz
as
and Spurs are the only two sales we've made this summer that I've questioned.
Yes.
And he was one of our best players.
So did say he wanted to keep him, but he said Diaz wanted to. In not so many words, he was like, I'm trying to remember the words that he used, but he basically said like, Diaz obviously wanted to go. Like he wanted to keep Diaz, and there's a reason why.
Yeah, I think it was a combination of Diaz wanting to go for the more money and Hughes seeing a market opportunity to cash in on a player who was aging. I think Slot, if he'd had his way, would have kept Diaz.
The Diaz and Konza and Diaz sales only make sense if we go out and get proper replacements for them.
Facts.
If we don't, then we've really messed up, in my opinion. let's speak a bit about Isak. So report came out today. I think it might have been Ben Jacobs who said Newcastle won 150 mil. Liverpool bid around 110 mil, but Liverpool feel Newcastle won't reject much more than will accept something not too far away from 110 mil. Do you guys think we get this one over the line? Because Newcastle, look, they still don't know what's going on with their striking situation. Wissa looks like it will happen. Don't know about Samu or don't know about Nicholas Jackson. Wissa's the only one who seems like he's going to be going there. If we don't get Isak, guys, in fact, I'll ask the first question. Do you think we'll get him?
I'm not sure because it depends on Newcastle. This is the problem. Is if Newcastle want inept at signing forwards, that conversation, I don't even think we need to have it. I think we would all sit there and go comfortably or confidently, we're going to get Isak. But because Newcastle haven't brought in a forward that they perceive as an A-list forward, they won't sanction the sale. They wouldn't, and rightly so. If you're Newcastle, why would you sell Alexander Isak and you only bring in Wissa? Like we're talking about unbalanced, that would mean they went from Isak and Callum Wilson to just Wissa and the young striker that they have who they don't even rate. Now they're playing Anthony Gordon up front. If you're Newcastle, you're not going to do that deal. They're only going to do that deal if they can bring in a striker. And
so, Matt, ain't it funny? Because this is what you and Cal both argued against me when we was getting a bit giddy. I said, guys, they ain't selling Isak till they get a replacement. And you was both like, stop being stupid, man. He's coming. Newcastle can't do nothing about it.
No, I'll be honest with you. I still think we get him still.
No, I kind of still think we will, bro. But I still stand. They're not letting him go until they get a replacement, bro. They might not be this window.
No, but Drift, I said this. We can go back and get the tapes. I said Drift, but
I think we get him regardless, Drift. I just think it's just a matter of how long it's going to take.
Yes, it might not be this window.
I don't, you know.
No, I think
even if it means they're dissatisfied with the replacement, they'll still have a replacement before he goes. It could be Dominic Calvert-Lewin or Jamie Vardy, and they're going mad. But at least there will be a striker there. Ekitike is not. I mean, Isak is not leaving until they get a replacement. I'm telling you.
No,
Newcastle's owners aren't dickheads.
But this is what I.
But I think if they don't get a replacement and it's the last 2-3 days of the window, I still think we get him.
They won't sanction that deal.
I don't think they will, Cal. I don't.
Again, I'm not saying I'm right, and you guys are
in January.
I think you guys are living more in a reality than I am. I just still think we'll do it though.
No. We will try, but the problem is,
I think he'll just force through a move at that point. I think he'll just be like, I don't care now, and I'm just gonna.
No, but it's not like his contract is running up. This is what people need to understand. Newcastle still have the power. What Isak is doing, he's trying to make it a level playing field by saying, I ain't playing for Newcastle ever again. So he's doing his part. The problem is, though, I think Newcastle have accepted that he will not play for them. They are trying to get in a replacement. But unless they get a replacement, they can't sanction the deal. It just won't happen. From a business point of view, let's just forget football. Business, you wouldn't sanction it. We have to be realistic in this aspect. Newcastle are only going to sanction the deal for Isak if they get a replacement. If not, what will happen is Isak will stay for 6 months, be disgruntled. He won't sign no new terms or nothing, and he will just wait for January. And then I think he'll give Newcastle more time, and he's be like, I'm off. The point is, we will get him. I just don't know whether it's going to be this window, and that's only due to Newcastle's incompetence, unfortunately, for bringing in a striker. It's that simple. They can't bring in a striker right now. They have been rejected by João Pedro. They have been rejected by what's my man? Cal, the one you
the list is too long to name.
30 mil. Delap. They've been rejected by Nguema. Cunha. What's that? Sorry.
Apparently, Nicholas Jackson wants to go there.
Apparently, Chelsea want 80 mil.
No, 60, bro. 60.
No, they want 80.
Oh, I saw that.
Newcastle value him at 60. They want 80. So maybe you might find a middle ground. They've been rejected by Sesko. They gave more money to Leipzig, and Sesko said, wait there. He done a Caicedo. He said, wait a second. Let me think about it. Call up Man United. Are you man going to make that big? Because I ain't looking to go Newcastle. He scumbagged them. Let's keep it a buck. He did. He played them. And I said this on Hassam's show, Big Hassam. I said, Sesko will choose Man United.
Everybody's
Hassan?
played Newcastle.
They got Hassan. Hassan was like, nah, he's going Newcastle. I think he's going to go. I said, Hassan, he's going to Man United. He has played Newcastle, bro. He's played them. He was just biding his time.
You know what's crazy, guys? I think the
Drew.
Isak situation behind closed doors, which players have insight to, right? Because obviously they're agents and stuff. Because it's been known that Isak actually did want to leave before we even knew about all of this. I think that might be the reason everybody, like, Isak's almost become Newcastle United. Like, I truly believe that everyone must have went, well, if Isak's leaving, nah, fuck that. I'm not gonna lie, like, if you look at all the rejections they've got and how powerful they looked when it was the final day of the season, they qualified, everything, like, you know, and then you look what happened to them. I think Isak's had a major bearing on why they haven't been able to recruit, you know. I actually do.
I don't think it's that, Drift, because I feel like they would have briefed the striker saying you're going to be the replacement. And I think a lot of strikers at first looked at that and thought, all right, I'm going to be the king of Newcastle. You want me to be the new king? The problem is, though, they're looking
you want
at
to
the way
play with the best players, bro.
No, but they're also looking at the way they've handled the situation. You think Sesko really wants to go there knowing what they've done to Isak?
Newcastle shot themselves in the foot.
The way they've handled the situation, Sesko's been thinking,
well, I mean, Eddie Howe's nephew is doing temporary director of football.
His cousin or nephew. It's either his cousin or nephew.
So I ask you guys, if we
he's
don't
not
get
even old enough to have a nephew that should be allowed to do this.
Bruv, he probably only done transfers on Football Manager.
20?
He probably done transfers on Football Manager. Amanda said, whatever you know on Football Manager, just use it in real life.
I swear Eddie Howe's only like 42 or something. Like, he's a young manager, right? He's not old.
He's one of the younger managers in the league.
So his nephew must be like early 20s? That's
I've got
crazy, bro. Like, I'm not even trying to be ageist, but like someone in their early 20s who just out of school should not be doing multi-million-pound Newcastle director of football role. Like, that's crazy.
But I think the problem is, though, and a lot of Newcastle fans have said this, they rate Eddie Howe, but Eddie Howe is a little bit like, he's a bit too power hungry. So the general consensus is that the sporting directors, the two that have left, they didn't get on with him. That's because he wants everything to be his way. And that's where it's a little bit of an issue, because the board are trusting Eddie because they're thinking, well, you got us into Champions League. You've improved players. And let's keep it about, I'm going to give Eddie Howe credit. Every single person that's gone to Newcastle has improved. I haven't looked at a Newcastle player and gone, he's regressed. Gomes has improved. Tonali's on the same level, if not a little bit better. Isak has definitely improved since he's left Sociedad. I look at what's his name? Oh my gosh, the left back. Who's the left back?
Lewis
Hall. He's improved. Like, Eddie Howe is a good coach.
Even Jacob Murphy.
Anthony Gordon is a really good coach.
And Anthony Gordon has improved since his time at Everton. The problem is, though,
everybody has.
He's an excellent coach.
He turned Joe Linton into a centre mid.
Look at Jacob Murphy. Look what he's done with Jacob Murphy.
So you have to give him credit, bro. But the problem is, though,
he's a very good coach.
But that's where it stops, in my opinion. That's no disrespect to Eddie Howe. I think that's where it stops. He's a great coach. But I don't, the other stuff in terms of transfer.
Do you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I think we should just call him a good manager. He tactically outsmarts so many big managers in games of.
No, that's fair. No. I've got no problems with you saying that. What I was gonna say, though, is some managers.
He beats City almost every season. He beats Arsenal every season.
But he doesn't. The other side of it, like the transfers and all that, bro.
Yeah, this is what I was gonna say. You see, like Jurgen Klopp,
No, but Pep, Cal, if he can outsmart Pep, you got to be a good manager.
That's why we're saying he's a fantastic coach, Drew.
Yeah, but even manager.
Other stuff as well, like which
Look
he ain't.
Are we still on the premise of like he should never ever have to do any of the other stuff,
bro? Look at Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah.
Klopp said, "Listen, I'm struggling here. I need to go and get my brethren." He didn't go and get his cousin. He did get one of his close friends though. He got Schmacker in, and Schmacker got our STEM midfielders. But you know what else that worked in our favor? I know this people are gonna laugh when I say this, yeah. But you don't even laugh, but Klopp has aura. Eddie Howe does not have aura. Do you think Sesko is looking at Eddie Howe going, he's a great coach, I definitely want to play for him? That's the problem. He hasn't got that
he hasn't got
name yet.
Yeah, Newcastle don't have that aura like Liverpool do either.
Yeah, because they're Newcastle are big in England. They're not big globally. They're not big enough. Big enough, shall I say? I don't just
Man United big enough yet globally. Players based on the name of their club. They still have aura as a name.
Mbeumo
And
should
for
have
some
gone to
reason, players
Newcastle.
don't seem to pay attention to how many players they've ruined in the last
I
decade.
know,
So.
because it's the aura team drift. It's the aura.
No,
You got no aura.
but they're holding on to aura like Madonna at this point. Who still believes? Who still believes? Like, what are we doing here? Like,
so if we don't get
crazy.
Isak, guys, what's the solution? Do we get 2 wingers and just hold out, or what's the solution?
I
I'm
think
not
there's
gonna lie.
two.
If we don't get Isak, it might go from being what looked like a sensational window to a pretty terrible window.
No, I wouldn't say it's terrible because we've got influence verse.
Yeah,
Whenever we get,
all right, you're right. Maybe terrible is too far
That's
for
kinda
Vert.
mad. That's
Done.
kinda mad.
But
What you might-
the reason I'm saying it, bro, is because, and remember, at this point, do we have a centre back either?
All right,
Because
so
if we don't do that and we don't get Isak, and now all the top dons have gone, so it's either we have to wait a year and mess up retaining the title a little bit, or you go and buy someone else, and we've already seen no one else in the market is good.
No, what I'm saying is though, I wouldn't say terrible. I say it was a good window, but we're still short. Like, so you can say it was a good window, but we're still short. It wasn't the best. It wasn't excellent. It wasn't amazing. It was just.
I don't
good.
know, Matt. I don't know if you can call
Hear
a
me out.
window you left short a good window. You know?
All right, hear me out. The right back that left, you replaced him. You brought in a left back because you knew that the other two left backs. All right,
Yeah.
you brought in left back. You brought in a number 10 because, like a lot of us, we rate Szoboszlai as a player, but he's not a natural 10, so you buy the 10.
Yeah.
You bring in a striker because obviously we needed a striker. You bring in a striker. So those you've done well, you've done good, but we needed more. So I wouldn't say it's terrible or bad. We just needed more. So I'd say it was just a good window.
No, but I'm basing this off if we don't buy Isak and we don't get a centre back. I can't a good window just because Florian walked through the door.
All right, let's move.
I still
Let's leave the Isak and let's move on to centre back then.
Yeah, let's go centre back. Yeah,
We got 3 centre backs on paper.
2.5.
I'll say 3 on paper.
We've got 2.5.
I'll be real with you guys.
Matt, don't come on, man.
Drift, you started it. What was the player ratings? 5.5.
No, but we're not going to call him half a man.
Bro, I'm not saying that. Availability.
Half a player in
Availability. Just want to make that clear. It's availability.
I'm not gonna beat a dead horse. Everyone knows my stance on the whole centre back situation.
You wanted 7 centre backs, right? Yeah, we hear you.
How many if we get any, do you think we get before the end of the window?
I think we only get 1 centre back.
I think we get 1 at absolute maximum.
And you know what? I'm putting my money on Giovanni Leone from Parma. I think we get
Let's
him.
say
I think we get Guehi.
How do you both feel if that is the case?
This Leone guy is 20, right?
18.
18. I'll be honest with you, like, he might turn out to be an absolute don. So I'm not saying anything about his ability.
I know,
but it's absolutely pathetic for us to be sold that Konza wasn't quite like it in terms of his development and all that stuff. And then you get rid of him and buy a player who's a teenager. That don't make no sense to me whatsoever.
I have a little theory on the Kwanzaa stuff. I don't think he was sold just for footballing reasons.
I mean,
go ahead, Cal.
He's not a Liverpool player anymore. But I'm still not gonna say man's Bonnie Blue in that here because like...
no, I wasn't even gonna go down that route. I was gonna say more. I think I don't know. I feel like he's distracted, and I don't think he just left for footballing reasons. I think he needed a clean start.
Maybe, but
you're making it worse. I wasn't even going down that route.
He needed a new phone.
I don't think he was just.
But we should have got the replacement though, Cal. By now, Kwanzaa was one of the first players out the door, right? I'm gonna
be real. We haven't got a Matip replacement either. But again, I've spoken about it.
Yeah, we haven't. If Matip's still available, can we drag him out of retirement?
Right, did you see Steve Parrish's quotes about?
Wait, before you do that, Cal. Yesterday, so let's put it in the spot. You was at the game.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to speak to Richard Hughes? Or anything?
No, I actually tried.
Did you? I bet Cal was like this when he saw Richard Hughes in the mix area. Man was like, we need centre backs, brother. We need five.
No, I'm not
Five.
gonna lie. Richard's actually got aura. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
He's got aura in it. He's got aura
He's got
still.
aura. He's got aura. He's got aura. But no, I think based on Steve Parrish's quotes, where he basically said either Guehi signs a new contract or we need to find a different conclusion to this situation. I think the Guehi thing goes down to the wire, but I think we get him. I do think we get him now.
No, I told
What
you
did he say, Cal?
Remember,
Sorry, did you just say? Sorry to cut you, Drew.
Yes,
What
so
did he say?
Steve Parrish basically says, like, we didn't want to sell him last summer because we sold Joachim Anderson. We didn't want to lose both.
Okay.
But we're not in a position where we can just let him go effectively. So he either has to sign a new contract or the players, his words were, we have to find a new conclusion to the situation.
To be fair, Drift, you said that. You said Palace are not in a position. To be
You're
fair,
right.
said
I was remember I said I was on the other side. I said I don't think they'll sell him.
Drift did say that, and I was sitting on the fence. I was like, I don't know, you know.
The problem
I knew it.
Now,
I knew Crystal Palace couldn't afford to let. They were trying to posture, and I rate it because like they don't want to be buoyed, but they could not let 40-50 mil walk out the door.
That's quite open for him to say that, though. That's very open.
And they've been demoted to the
conference. Yeah.
Which
so
is a liberty, by the way.
The issue I have is we might not be the only club that goes in for Guehi.
Oh, don't start that, bro. Please.
I'm not worried about that, though, Cal, because we're the best club trying to buy him. So I'm not worried about that.
We're the best club trying to buy him. Are we the best club for him in his development and what he wants in his career, though?
Rumor has it he only wants Liverpool, though. That's a rumor.
If he knows what's good for him, because you know what? I know he's 24, but he can play the long game here. He can wait the 12 to 24 months, and then we will start to fade Van Dijk out. And then he can just be ready-made.
No, I'm going to be real. I know Van Dijk had a bad game. I still can't even come to terms with that. One day Van Dijk.
Oh yeah, no,
I can't even.
People are trying to say Van Dijk is done and all that rubbish.
Yeah, because of one bad game.
The man was ill and he hasn't played 90 minutes in pre-season, but apparently he's. Have you heard some of the rivals?
Yeah, no. Can I say something? Though?
He's finished.
You see the crash out that Ibu gets on a weekly basis.
Tell them,
it needs to stop. It actually needs to stop,
bro. You watch the game pitch side,
and being pitch side for the game.
Tell them.
Konate gets through so much work as a centre back, it's crazy. And he does a lot of tidying up right at the back. A lot of unsung hero work as well. This crash out on Ibu and this whole Bozo G nonsense and he this, that, and the other, it needs to stop. Like it has to stop.
I don't know why it started.
Neither do I, bro.
And again,
what did he actually do? Did he just have a bad game one day and everyone?
Bro, if he has a bad game or he makes a mistake, people automatically just start saying Bozo. They just start saying Bozo because he makes a mistake. But they won't pick up.
I watched Guehi yesterday as well. Guehi was very good yesterday. Him and Tyreek Mitchell marshaled Salah brilliantly.
Yeah,
but Guehi ain't better than Konate. He's just not.
Thank you, Cal.
No,
also,
Guehi's sick. He's sick.
But Cal, he's a brilliant replacement if Ibu.
So can we put this debate to bed?
Yeah,
that Konate is on another level, which I've been trying to tell people. People doing this whole because he might not sign a new deal. People doing the whole Guehi is just as good as him anyway. It's like no, he's not, bro. He's not.
I get looked sideways when because I think Konate is. I think he's top 5, but even if you want to argue with me, you're not going past top 7 defenders in the world.
Yeah,
in the world, like Ibu is that guy. But you know what? Mark Guehi makes a bloody good. I'm telling you now, we get Guehi his third choice, we are laughing. We are absolutely laughing.
I think everyone keeps on saying if we get Guehi, it'll be Guehi and Virgil. If Guehi comes in, I think he's taking minutes off Virgil and Konate. I don't think he's taking minutes off Konate.
100%. Because I think Ibu and Guehi make a great partnership as well.
Yeah,
I would with Ibu. You not have an issue with Guehi and Ibu? Because I wouldn't.
No, but my thing is, he plays left-sided centre back. He plays left centre back for Palace. Yeah. In my opinion, there's an argument to say he might actually take more minutes off Virgil than he takes off Konate.
And Cal, that will be smart. Virgil is 34. It would be
I'm
very
so
smart for us
glad
to
you
do that.
said it, because if I said it, they're gonna say, Matt, you're
No,
just
I know.
I'm so glad you said it, because here's the thing. I understand when it's one of your favorite players, you can kind of like overlook things and whatnot. But I always try to not be as biased. Like, all jokes aside, and I try to say things like, up until Ibi was injured, I think Ibi was nearly as good as Virgil, like if not on the same level, in my opinion. And people will say, Matt, you're chatting rare. I think Ibi was that good last year. It's just that when he got that injury, he struggled. And remember, he rushed back as well. Like, even showed some Instagram videos as well of him doing some extra rehab straight after games and things like that. Like, he's that good for us, bro. Like, we don't win a Prem without Ibu last year. It is that simple. He's too important.
Yeah, facts. And
He's
I'll
too
tell you
important
what
to the
else,
team.
guys, yeah? Because you know, Cal, when you were saying that, how many do you think we'll get? Which is obviously the original question. And me and Matt have both agreed we only think we'll get one. Do you know what the problem is? If Liverpool were really going to be about it, like what we thought we were going to be from when this whole summer started, which, by the way, has gone exceptionally quiet in the last couple of weeks, which is a little bit worrying. But I think the plan will still come to fruition. But we should be getting Leone and Guehi.
Yes.
Like, this is what Liverpool should be doing right now. The 18-year-old with promise to be the 4th or 5th choice. Hopefully, if Gomez can get the fitness, he's still a great option when he is fit. And then Guehi, 3rd choice, to be the one who actually plays when Virgil or Ibn need a break. We would be in a luxurious position. Like, it would, like, if Leone and Guehi come through the door and Isak, I don't think you could actually have a better window other than I'll be a Nobi Sol Diaz. Other than that, I'll be like, you can't bring me a better window. That window will be stupendous.
Because we've addressed all areas, and we would actually be okay with Rio as the Diaz replacement, because you strengthen centre back, so you strengthen a striker, and you strengthen centre back dramatically, because you brought in a defender that can play right now, and the level doesn't really drop. If Ibu and Virgil were here, Guehi's like there, like the level doesn't really drop, and you're bringing a youngster. And I'm not going to cap and sit here and say I've watched him. I haven't even seen the clips like everyone else, but he does look like
only
a prospect.
played 17 games for Palmer.
Yeah, he just looks like a prospect. So you're just hoping that he can progress. That's
Well,
what
what's the price tag they put on him, guys?
40 million euros. 40 million euros, I think it was 40 million euros.
Yeah, 35 million
euros.
Yeah, 35 million pounds.
15 games. That's a lot. Still.
Yeah, they're trying to really say he's the guy, bro.
Yeah, but that's what we thought about Højlund.
If I was gonna actually plan for the centre back situation for the next next 3 windows, so now January and summer, I would bring in Leone and Guehi this summer. Next summer, I'd probably sell Joe Gomez and bring in one other centre back. If Schlotterbeck recovers from his injury, I'd probably go Schlotterbeck. If not him, someone else who emerges potentially. But either way, in my opinion, if we're gonna do the whole Frimpong covering Salah, you need 5 centre backs. You need it, because you need proper cover at right back. Because Conor Bradley has injury issues, and so does Joe Gomez. So the 2 players who can already play right back have injury issues.
Has there been any news on Conor Bradley being fit for this Friday?
News on him or Joe Gomez, as far as
I don't understand it. Like, don't get me wrong, because I've heard some people say that apparently he has the same kind of issues potentially as Gerrard, the whole growth issues, or something like that. Yeah.
If we don't get 5 centre backs, then we have to get a midfielder, and we're not getting a midfielder.
No, we're not. We're definitely not.
If we were going to go and get,
which is a whole other topic that we probably ain't got time for tonight.
Yeah.
By
the way, as much as I rate the player, he should have been sent off yesterday.
I was shocking,
bro. Me and Drift. So when we first saw it, we both went, "That's a bad challenge." We saw it again in slow mo. We just said red card.
But when I saw it on the pitch, bro, I thought Endo took out Frimpong by accident. It's only when I saw the replay on the monitor and I was like, I was thinking to myself, there's no VAR. And I was like, but hold on, there is, because they checked it for the penalty. So I was like,
that's what we did, Cal. That's exactly what we did.
Bro, that's a straight red.
No VAR.
And then he goes on and gets the assist.
Yeah. But outside of that, he was immense yesterday.
He's a baller. He's a baller.
I've been telling people he's the guy.
When I always knew he was good, but when he absolutely bossed Man City in that FA Cup final, I said, "Nah, this kid is it."
I've been saying it from time.
Right, I will say this though.
Absolutely boss City.
I will say this with Adam Wharton. I think Adam Wharton is very good on the ball. This is just me personally. I still think there's a little bit to be desired in terms of off the ball. So he can close space and whatnot, but I just think on the ball, that's where you get the best out of Wharton. It's a little bit like a
It's not,
I'm not comparing. I just want to make something. Hear me out. I'm not trying to make the comparison to quality. It's more about how they play. You see Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso on the ball, one of the best, one of the greatest. But off the ball, good. But you could get around Xabi Alonso because of his lack of athleticism. Now, I'm not saying Wharton's exactly like that, but I still need to see Wharton against our best midfielders at our best, because we have to be honest, Szoboszlai and Jones weren't the greatest yesterday. And if there's one thing you could probably see, Cal, from pitch side is, especially from that second half, we couldn't get near their midfield. And I don't think it was a lack of intelligence of how to press them, because they were trying to switch it up. I wanted to see Grav and a fully fit Grav and a fully fit, but you know what I mean, Grav and Butch there. Obviously, big up.
Why is everyone saying Belaber's going United? Is there fresh news? Don't piss me off on Monday.
There's not fresh news. There's no fresh
Indy's kind of already said your boy might be going.
No, I know. I'm already devastated, but because so many people in the chat said it, I thought there was some new news about it. Or like,
no. But they're looking to try and do a deal. Man United are not going away. Looking to try to do a deal. Though.
If Belaber goes Man United, I'm gonna have an in my house only crash out.
They might start calling it the Drifty curse still.
That'd be silly, bro.
I'm not being funny. João Pedro gone Chelsea, Belaber gone Man United, bro. It's like,
no, but it can't be a curse if I'm the only one who wants to play. Everyone else has to want them as well.
No, but they're going to rivals, like direct rivals.
No, they are, and I'm livid.
I'm trying to think, was there anyone else that you wanted to?
I'm going to stop liking players so that Liverpool go get some more. So it's crazy, but
I can't even think. I think those are the only two players.
I take it as a compliment that
Reinders, you wanted Reinders as well.
Oh,
yeah, I know, brother. But I take it that my scouting is just good because I seem to be liking all the players everyone else goes and buys. So
I know, man.
That Reinders one annoys me as well because I thought he was the type of player no one would go for and Liverpool could do it.
Do you know what's so crazy?
Then out of nowhere, City won him, and I'm like, why does City want him? Like, hold on, what's going on here,
bro? I wanted Reinders, and do you know why I thought we might get Reinders? Because he played for AZ Alkmaar.
Yeah. And because if we're doing the Dutch thing, go and get the best ones, isn't it?
I don't people might like me saying this, but I'm gonna say it and then I'm gonna quickly just vacate the camera for a second. I know Endo is adored and loved, but you're telling me we couldn't have got Reinders to replace Endo, Drift?
Hold on. Why have you lot both left me with an Endo question? Is it because I'm the only one who defends Endo?
Just asking questions, bro.
So ask me again, sir.
Endo is a cult hero. But I will ask you this. Would you have replaced Endo with Reinders, Drift? Be honest, bro.
Yeah,
you would have
been.
I would. Can I ask why though, Drift, if he's a cult hero?
Because as much as I adore Endo when he is a cult hero, for the betterment of the team, I'm still gonna get the better player. And Reinders is a better player than Endo. When would I ever argue that? But I wanted Reinders, so this ain't really even like a slight on me. You know, should have picked the player I didn't want if you wanted to make me feel bad about it.
So there is a world where you feel like Endo can be replaced.
Well, if it's a world where Reinders is coming in, then yeah.
So 100%. Would you and you also would have replaced Endo with Belaber as well, right?
100%.
So is Endo indispensable, Drift?
I've never said Endo is indispensable, bro. When else did I ever say Endo? When did I ever say Endo is indispensable?
I'm just asking questions.
But I love Endo. I make no secret about it. Endo's my guy.
Endo's your guy, but you trade him for better players. I hear it.
I mean, I think there's a world where you can have Endo as 7th choice and bring Reinders in as well, bro.
Bro, you said what you said.
Oh, this is weird that I can see when the people can't, bro. This comes back into the stream.
I don't know what counts, bro.
It was so weird that I can see you, but the people
Something
can't.
you just said went under the radar there. We can bring in Reinders and keep Endo as 7th choice, but everyone crashes out on me when I say I want 5 centre backs. What are we doing here? 7th choice for the pivot is crazy, you know. Like,
That means you ain't getting
7th
no game
choice for the
time.
pivot is
7th
insane.
choices. I thought he was gonna lie and say like 6th or 5th. Man just said 7th.
No, he's 6th
7th
now.
choice
Isn't
for
it?
the pivot is insanity.
No, but when you think about the wages he's on and how much he loves playing for the club, it would work.
7. You want 7 players who can play in the pivot, but I get crashed out on for saying I want 5.
No, not 7th choice midfielder overall, not only for the pivot, just
If
like
it's 7th choice,
overall.
we've got to do the times tables. You got 2 times 2 is 4. So that's 4. You got your core 4, then you got to do number 2. That's 6. Brother, he ain't playing no football. If you're 7th choice midfielder,
But it would be amazing having him around.
If you're playing a 3-man
You can play in the cup games.
it's so crazy how football
be
works.
honest with
Because
you,
if this is a
watching
3-man
Endo
midfield,
yesterday, yeah?
it will work. Yeah, go on.
Endo's an absolute warrior, and I never say anything bad about Endo. He's a warrior. But yesterday, you see when the game's like that, where Palace are on your midfield,
Yeah.
I know he can't handle it, man.
I know.
Do you know what though, Carl? I think it is also down to like fitness and stuff. That's pre-season. Like he hasn't got going yet. He hasn't played as much minutes as some of the others during the pre-season. Like I just think maybe that's just like beginning of the season stuff.
It's because on the ball he's not press resistant on the ball like that. He's a good bro. I'll never say anything bad about Endo. He's a warrior. He's
100.
a warrior.
No, he's a good footballer.
Yesterday when he come on, he was crunching players. Like we needed that. And again, Slot's tactics didn't help Endo because Endo was actually playing a lot in defense when he came on as well. But you see when he put the ball in midfield, Palace were just getting onto him and they were crowding him out.
Do you know
it depends what role you want from him as well, right? Because I think, and he already said he's happy to play this role of being a guy who maybe plays some cup games, but really what he is, he's a closer. I know we make jokes about it, but it's become a thing.
He said he doesn't care where he plays, whether it's centre midfield, centre back, or
right
I mean,
in pre-season, guys, he won the penalty when we beat what's his name? He was playing a centre back. Then Slot moved him into midfield. The man went on a little run up and won a penalty. Like, he's such a useful player. It's unreal.
No, he is. It's about knowing.
I knew I'd see Sam in the chat.
Just quickly, it's about knowing. It's about knowing who you are. Yeah, and this is no disrespect, Cal. You're gonna remember this. I can't remember if Drift was there at the time. Do you remember there was a game where I was crashing out because we played Chelsea and it's Henderson and Milner, and literally Chelsea.
Dark day.
Bruv, Chelsea, anytime their man got the ball, they pressed them. They just kicked the ball so far because they just couldn't get out of the press.
Yeah, bruv, it was dark.
I felt like that for Endo yesterday. That's not taken away that he hasn't got other attributes, but that key attribute, being press resistant in how we want to play, is the problem, and that's why I think he plays in centre back.
In our team, possibly Maka. But I actually think Grav is the only one who's actually an expert at what we're talking about. So it ain't like Endo's on his own.
When you say expert,
no.
I've been press resistant with his back to play and receiving the ball under pressure. I'd really only say Grav is like the expert.
No. Grav is the most press resistant.
Yeah, I say it goes Grav, then Mac. Actually, do you know what we're sleeping on? I know people are gonna get annoyed because he had a bad game. Curtis Jones, I know he does overplay. Let's not get twisted. No, because I was really pissed off with his performance. But Curtis Jones, when he plays it simple and he knows what he's doing and he doesn't do too much, let's not just start lying here and act like Curtis Jones, if he receives the ball, we just think he's going to lose it.
Matt,
come on, let's not do that.
I don't know how true this is because I didn't fact check it, but apparently he actually didn't give the ball away yesterday once.
That was
everybody was saying that like, he's losing the ball all the time, but apparently he didn't actually give the ball.
He was playing the most. He is playing the most simplest passes you will ever see in your life. Listen, Curtis Jones is probably watching the show. Yeah, big up Curtis because he does have a skill set. The only issue I had with him is that, in my opinion, he couldn't work out what he was trying to do. So, like, he'll just play it short, simple. But then you got Soboslai, who's kind of like trying to get us going forward. Curtis didn't really know what he was supposed to do, and that's because those two haven't played together before. There was no cohesion.
Do you see why I speak about stats? You're right, Drift. Factually, yesterday, I think he completed all of his
100%.
passes. I think 100% passing accuracy. But bro, when you watch that game of football, Curtis Jones was bad. He slowed the play down. He
Yeah.
put others in trouble with his passing. He hung. He has this thing. If there's a player near him, and that player's on him, I see it at Power League all the time. It's what I see at Power League. You got a good player at Power League, and instead of them just passing the ball, they'll hold on to the ball, hold on to the ball, hold on to the ball, almost to prove a point like, you can't get the ball off me.
Yeah.
And in actual fact, if you just pass the ball, then that player who's on you is going to have to then run to the ball. You're back in space, you receive the ball, and then you've got space to go forward. The amount of time he holds onto the ball and does that and then passes it, all it does, it helps the other team reset. And it puts us at a disadvantage. Watching it yesterday up and close, I was pulling my hair out thinking, this guy has all the attributes to be a fantastic footballer, but it's his own mentality that's holding him back.
He could have just had a bad game as well yesterday, by the way.
It's not that I'm not being reactionary based on the game drift. Like, this is stuff that we've spoken about for years now.
No, but I get that. But I'm saying, like, because I've seen this rhetoric since yesterday, like he's trash, get rid of him, he's not good enough. I'm like, he just had a bad game.
No, but Jiff, what Cal's saying,
like, get rid and all that. Yes, I don't agree with that.
There's like a massive crash out in the Liverpool fan base now at the moment of like, Jones, get rid of Jones.
But that's because some people have been saying this and seeing this for like 2 years, bro. And
Curtis Jones has all the attributes to be one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. You know that, right? He has all the
quality player. He
might not be athletic, but he goes into that mode of he's a centre mid and he can pass, he can dribble, he's decent at finishing, bro. I'm telling you, if this guy's mentality was different, like Carl's saying, and was like, you haven't always just got to hold on to the ball to show man that you can't get the ball off me, bro. Like, you don't need to do that. We know you can keep the ball, release the ball. We've said it from when Jones first broke into the team. What did I say? His decision making. His decision making and his indecision is stopping him from being a top player, bro. You know, Curtis Jones really and truly has the ability to be a first team Liverpool player, but his mentality is holding him back. It will always hold him back. He has all the ability, bro. You can't get the ball off Curtis Jones if he doesn't want you to get the ball off him.
He's a good player, bro.
He's a good passer. He's a good passer of the ball. But the problem is he has this thing of like, man ain't getting the ball off me, fam. Hey, I'm too cold with it. It's like he just goes into his own mode. So I don't know, man. It's a good squad player though.
It was extremely.
Curtis, if you're watching, bruv, you can go far, bruv. Just
I'll be honest. Yesterday showed me he won't start ahead of Grav, Mac, or Szoboszlai next season.
No,
he can't.
I think
he's just not good at it.
If there was a trait for Football Manager for Curtis Jones, it will be avoids 1-1-2s immediately. Because he just wants to hold on to the ball, keeps the ball all the time.
But you know what? He goes in the Endo bracket then of like, it's just a great squad option outside of what you would consider your main. But he's different
from Endo. Endo's towards the latter end of his career. Curtis Jones, in my
opinion. No, I know, but I'm just talking about like their usefulness to the squad and to Liverpool.
Shall I be real with you? Yeah. I know Sobo misplaced the ball. Yeah, he misplaced the pass that gave them a chance yesterday. Sobo didn't even have a great. Sobo was really good in the first half, really bad in the second half. But I'll be real with you. I think there's a big drop off from Sobo, Mac, and Grav to Curtis Jones and Endo. Like a really big drop off.
I agree.
I don't know if I'd go as far as to say from Szoboszlai to Jones is a really big drop off. I wouldn't go that far.
It is,
and you know, like I rate Sobo, and I think in the pivot he's going to be brilliant. But I wouldn't say it's a massive drop off. Curtis Jones still plays his part. He does. He's had numerous games.
No. Endo plays his part, but there's still a drop off.
No, but I think if there's a massive drop off, it means that the player can't really affect the game. And I think Jones does affect the game.
No,
like he has more good games than he has bad games.
You can tell straight away yesterday that we were missing Grav and Mac because they are so good at what they do, especially when you look at last year. I think for some people, maybe people realize, because here's what I'm going to say as well. There was a lot.
Just go off yesterday though, like it was
Hear me out. There was a lot of talk throughout the season. We need a proper DM. Gravenberch is not that guy. He's a good player, but Gravenberch is a DM. He might not be a destroyer. He is a DM. He makes us play better football. He enhances the team. McAllister is another one. He is the best midfielder at the club. Those two in tandem are the two best midfielders at the club, and it's not even close. For me, it's not even close. As good as Soboslai, as good as Endo, as good as Curtis Jones are, because they're all good players in their own rights at stuff. Those two players I just mentioned, McAllister and Gravenberch, they are a level above. In terms of how we play and what we need, you can't talk to them two. You just can't. Bro.
No, I know, but that's not the conversation.
You just can't,
I'm having. Yeah, that's
what's the conversation you're having then?
But I still believe, and proven in the past by like actual evidence, that if Jones had to play for like 2, 3, 4 games in a row because of whatever, he does the job and we don't look worse. He can be frustrating at times. I get that. I'm not disagreeing that it can be frustrating. I mean, he's dwelling on the ball a bit and stuff like that. But I'm also not going to take away the fact that sometimes he picks up the ball, makes amazing runs, and does great passing. Sometimes he pops up with winning goals. Like Curtis Jones is definitely not a liability or a bad player
like that.
to have in the squad.
No, bro. I like Curtis Jones. He's
I know, but
Good
so many
player.
people saying get rid of, not good enough and stuff, and I'm just like,
that's a bit hyperbolic after yesterday, though.
Yeah, I agree.
This is wild.
Yeah,
after yesterday,
because he had a bad game. It's a bit hyperbolic. But...
It's wild.
I don't know if Jones's game is matured. That's what I'm getting at. I don't know if his game's has evolved or matured, because he's still doing stuff that I'd expect to see a young player do. Like if you've got a man who's on you and is tight, and you're playing and you're facing your goal, and you have 5 players you can pass to. You can pass to the right back, the 2 centre backs, the left back, or the goalkeeper, and you decide to hang on to the ball for another couple of seconds. That's very immature. It's very immature.
I hear
and
that.
It benefits no one at all.
So I was only laughing because you were so close to a pause in the middle of what you were saying.
What is it I said?
You said if there's a man on you and it's tight.
Oh, wait, we're gonna go there, bro.
Yeah, Matt, get the lighter out. Still, that's crazy.
Yeah. I think I got it. Still, where is it? I for bonnet out right now. You know, bonnet out right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Just quickly, I want to say this. Yeah, I know I can be a bit. What's the word? There can be a bit of favoritism. I said it regarding Iber, but I always try to be, if I can, as biased as possible, unbiased as possible. Sorry. Can we stop with this notion as well for people that think Gravenberch needs to hold bench, or like we need to get this DM and replace Grav? Because, all right, let me give you an example. I'm not saying you want to replace him at all, by the way, Drift, because you rate Gravenberch. But if I said to you, who do you think suits Liverpool better, Baleba or Gravenberch? Who are you picking, Drift?
I think as a pivot, it would just be sensational.
Who are you picking, bro? Pick one out of the two, yeah?
I think as a pivot, it would be sensational.
Drift, who are you picking to play alongside McAllister? No, all jokes aside, like who do you favour? This ain't a trick, by the way. It's not a trick.
No, I know.
I promise you, it's not a trick.
The honest truth is, who is the better player is very difficult to say because they have different attributes, even though they play in a similar role. Baleba is better at defending. Gravenberch is better at controlling. It depends. See, and again, I'm not trying to skip over the question. I'm just being honest.
See, I think it's the other way around.
This is why Baleba would need to play for Liverpool with them, because who the opposition is. See, like yesterday's game, for example. I think yesterday's game where Palace are trying to be a little bit more aggressive, I want Grav and Baleba in there. I'll pull Mac out. I'll bench Mac. I'll put Baleba and Gravenberch in there. I want a bit more strength and power in there now. You lot trying to be rough? All right, cool. But then if it's a thing about trying to control the game more and the midfield ain't going to be a bit like, I'm sitting Baleba down and then Mac's coming in. Now we've got control. It depends. Horses for courses. It honestly is horses for courses. Overall, I'd probably say Gravenberch is better than Baleba.
Who do you think is a better? Who do you think is a better destroyer? Like, who do you think wins more of their jewels if they have?
I think Baleba's a better destroyer. Gravenberch is a better player.
What if I told you Gravenberch is statistically better than Baleba by like double?
That's what I was gonna say.
I mean, I don't know what the
wait.
context of the statistics are, but that's amazing if that is true.
Because this is what I wanted to say. This is not a trick, by the way. It's more about I need people to understand, and I'm going to bring it on the screen because this is kind of to back up what I'm saying. This is nothing to do with what you're saying, Jeff, because I had kind of the same notion, but then I was like, I need to look at this carefully. So I'm going to share something on the screen. This is just a quick little breakdown. Can you not see this?
Yeah.
Look at the duels won by Gravenberch, percentage-wise, and look at Baleba.
This is what I was gonna say, Drift, when you were speaking.
Jules, sorry?
I actually think Gravenberch is better than Baleba. I think Grav is better than Baleba defensively, but I think offensively, Baleba is better than Grav.
86% to 43%.
That's percentile, not percent.
I'm not gonna lie though. Again, like it is a little bit difficult because I'm thinking about the way he plays for Brighton. Because remember, I watched Baleba at Brighton a lot, and I'm just thinking,
no, but
he doesn't really like get into many one-on-ones like that. He's like an interceptor.
No. I'm
so like he's not normally tussling.
No, but this is Grav. But this is what I was gonna say. You see, Grav, yeah, you're right. Even though Grav isn't that kind of destroyer, bruv, Grav is amazing at interceptions. I just haven't got that's the stats on a different one, yeah. But you look at this progressive carries, Grav is still higher. Baleba can carry the ball as well, very, very close. Forward passes 72 to 34. Full pass percentage, Gravenberch still wins. Key passes, Gravenberch still wins. The only thing on this thing that I brought up, by the way,
water into this, Matt. Sorry to cut you.
Yeah. It's progressive passes and progressive passes.
A lot of these. I mean, this is amazing to see Gravenberch is even doing this well. But the thing is, though, Matt, this is proving the point I'm making when I say that Baleba just does his defensive duty really well, and that's why I'd love him at Liverpool to be that option because things like forward passes and all that, he doesn't really. Yeah, sometimes he goes on mazy runs and he's actually good at it. But he doesn't care about doing all that. It's just win the ball back, give it to the people who can go and do their thing. Do you get what I mean? And that's why I want Baleba.
But that's what Grav does as well. Because this is what I need people to understand. You know how some people say Grav can't pass. Grav can pass. It just knows that I'm not going to make that 40-yard pass that I know McAllister is better than me at. I can do it, but I'm not as good. So I'm going to bring up Adam Wharton. Look at Wharton's stats. Wharton's stats are serious. He wins his duels at the highest percent at 88.
Look at the graph. Look at the graph for Ward.
Oh, hold on. Let's have a look at the graph. That's actually kind of surprising. His forward passes are low. And
the only thing, I knew his carrying would be at the lowest, but I'm surprised his forward passes isn't. Like, that's really low for forward.
No, that's forward pass percentage.
No, you got 4 passes and then you got 4 pass percentage, Cal. So look, 4 pass. Oh, I got.
So that means when he makes forward passes, he's more accurate than the others, but he just doesn't do it as often as the others.
No.
But that's what I'm saying. But I'm still really shocked.
No, Cal, he really makes a lot of 4 passes, but his percentage wise is low. So his percentage is lower.
No, the forward pass percentage is the percentage of your passes that are made forward.
Yeah, so he doesn't make.
No, I think Matt might be right. You know, Cal. I think he makes a high amount, but
no. Do you know why his actually is going to be lower, Cal? Because he does a lot of long range passing more so than the others. So his long ranges are not going to be nowhere near as someone who's just going to play. Like a full pass could just be Grav giving it to Mac. That's pass. So forward passes, and forward passes. The forward pass percentages. If I make 100 passes in a game, 14% of those are forward. But the passes I do make forward, I'm in the 73rd percentile for accuracy. See, this is not okay. So we'd have to.
And then if you look at his key passes now. His key passes, outweigh the others, and progressive passes. Yeah. So when he's making a forward pass, is virtually like I'm making this forward pass.
But this is what I was gonna say. Yeah. Although his statistics can be a little bit skewed because you look at the minutes played and you have to kind of level it up.
And so also, who's he?
Gravenberch has played more minutes than everybody. Gravenberch has played more minutes than everybody on this list, by the way. So that's another thing you have to factor in. The whole point of this, not even to bring in stats, but it's more about I need people to understand. There was too many people. I understand.
Sorry, really. So the people in the comments are asking to add Stiller to this as well, Matt. If we can add a 5th person.
Yeah. Cool. The whole point of this for me was just to put more respect on Grav because I understand that he didn't continue the form all year, but I think people thought because he didn't have that, all of a sudden, like he just can't do what we expect him to do. All right, so Jules still
his passing
good though,
insane.
but and his possession one not very good. But this is again, I knew this was about Stiller. Stiller's on the ball, not off the ball.
On the ball is crazy.
On the ball. See, Cal, this is what makes me feel like Stiller, percentage wise.
No, but Stiller needs to be next to someone who.
See, I'm saying forward passes count 91.5%. So are you saying 91.5 of his passing is forward, not pass, not completion? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Key passes, it is a wrap, and progressive passes.
He's basically, you see how we had Xabi Alonso and Real Madrid had Toni Kroos.
Yeah.
They both worked so well because Toni Kroos was next to Casemiro and Xabi Alonso is next to Mascherano. You have to partner Stiller up with a destroyer.
Do you know what I'm going to say here, though? Wharton
I can tell
Stiller,
that by possession one. That is shockingly low possession one.
All right, so here's what I'm going to say. On the ball, Stiller on the ball, amazing. Baleba on the ball, very good. Wharton, I think he's like good at everything. What it also shows me as well, if I'm looking at it from across the board, for let's just say all the stats, and I think Gravenberch actually has the best, like across the board for everything. Him and McAllister. Would you, or have I got that wrong?
Yeah, I'd say Grav. Yeah,
and that was my point.
Do you know what's ironic about this, Matt? I don't know if you watched the show or if this is complete coincidence.
Grav is crazy.
But we had an argument about our midfield on Friday. In Kopish collab, and I actually said, like, I think our midfield all has like equal like importance, and that was what the argument was. People saying who's more important, and it's actually crazy that you brought this up because that was why I made sure I mentioned Grav at the time because the majority of the argument was between Szoboszlai and McAllister, I think it was, but like I think that all of our midfielders are important, and this is
of course
this is like perfect proof of it that like statistically Gravenberch might be even more important than we thought.
Because even Jules better than McAllister. Possession one, McAllister is better. Progressive carries, we know that's going to be Grav. 4 passes, this shocked me, but at the same time, you got to put context. If Grav just plays the ball to McAllister, it's seen as a 4 pass. McAllister is going to take the more risky pass. I already know that. And McAllister's got a better percentage as well. And range. Key passes, I'm surprised it's even got Grav there again. And progressive passes, obviously McAllister. Now, here's the thing. I don't even want to do the whole comparison with our own players because I still do believe McAllister is still our best midfielder. However, in a weird way, Gravenberch might be our most balanced midfielder because he can do everything. So with Gravenberch, there's not really like a major weakness. Whereas with McAllister, although I think he's the best, I would say athleticism might be his kryptonite. I don't know, and I don't know if you would agree with that.
I actually think McAllister's our most balanced and our best midfielder, but I still think Szoboszlai is probably our most important.
You think Szoboszlai is our most important?
Yeah. When I say the most important, I'm not saying like Szoboszlai's here and the others are like down here. Because I probably have it Szoboszlai and then here Mac and Grav. Like it's very slim in my opinion, but for me, Sobo, when he's paired with the right person. Him and Jones in the pivot don't work.
I don't feel like I should put. Would Szoboszlai's numbers be skewed though? Because he played 10.
Yeah, because he played the 10 last
season. Like, let's see what it's like anyway.
Yeah. I'm starting to believe. I mean, I think that thingy is massively important. Szoboszlai is massively important, and he won't get dropped as much as people even think. But I still think all of our midfielders are kind of level of importance. Like I just think they're all so good and they all do important roles that I think it probably is just a real balance. They're all just as important as each other.
Can I ask you guys a question? Because I'm not of this notion that if you bring in another midfielder, I know Drift, you love Baleba, but this notion that if Baleba comes in, then someone's going to have to sit on the bench all the time. For me, it gives you those options for, depending on your position, is who you play. If you could pick a centre midfielder to go 100%. For me, I'd probably look at Edison at Atlanta. Because I do think
I haven't watched much of him in the last.
We need a bully in midfield.
Bro, did I just realize? So let's cut you. Szoboszlai's progressive passes are lower than Grav's, who plays in the pivot. That just goes to show you, bro. That's
probably going to be quite common because you've got less ground when you're higher up the pitch. You've got less room
Yeah,
to make
there's less people in front of you and there's less grass and less space. Isn't it?
Guys, I tell you why it's slightly different. You can look at that differently. It's because you can look at that and go, but the progressive passer is the 10 is going to take more chances. You're supposed to be a risk taker. Because I guarantee you, watch this. If I put in, I'm going to add in Odegaard, who plays in the Prem to make it.
No, add in Verts, because Verts, I think that's the barometer, isn't it? If you take away like,
no, but we got to use the Prem though. You don't think?
No, use Verts.
I'm really surprised at how low Szoboszlai's minutes are. It don't even seem
I told
right.
you, bruv. You thought I was going mad. I told you. Look at Verts, 85.6, bro.
And what's that for?
For progressive passes. Crazy. I told you, bro. Szoboszlai does not move the ball for. I did say.
Yeah, Verts is a madman, though, isn't it?
Look at Verts, bruv. Progressive carries 100 point. I'm sorry, what?
That means he's basically the best when it comes to. You might be right. Adding Odegaard might have been more fair.
I told you.
Yeah,
Odegaard, no, I'm not even gonna lie. Look at opposition. Look at possession 1. 5.1 is disgusting.
Nah, do you know
I know he's a 10, but my word, that is disgusting.
That's a typo. Don't worry about it. That's a typo, dude. That's a typo.
No, but on a real, that is an out and out 10, isn't it?
No, but he must be hustling and trying to win the ball back at some point.
But all jokes aside, a real 10 should not really be the one putting a foot in. The fact that Szoboszlai, it's not an indictment of Szoboszlai. It just goes to show you he's not a 10. How can your progressive passes be the lowest?
Well, the role that Szoboszlai was being asked to do was it? That's
right. Should I put in Odegaard or Palmer?
Yeah. Take out Verts because that's a cheat code. I'm not gonna lie.
Let me take out Verts.
I think you should get rid of Larson and Szoboszlai as well, to be honest.
All right,
keep Szoboszlai. Get rid of Larson and Stiller, in it.
Okay, who do you want me to add in?
Odegaard
and Palmer.
And then Palmer. Cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Szoboszlai's on the island.
Oh my days, 1.2, 2.1. Them man don't win the ball ever. Like,
and you cost Verts. Take it back right now. Take it back right now.
Hold on. 5. Do you see what I mean?
Leave Verts for 5.
But this is a fair thing to see. You see, when I kept on saying Sobo is having to do too much work defensively for a 10. Look at his numbers in comparison to the other 3.
He's in between the 10 and the 8. It's kind of mad still.
It's actually
like
insane.
It's like 27 percentile for a number 10 is insane work. It shouldn't be above 10.
But we all knew this though, bro. We all knew this.
But again, the progressive passes. Look at Odegaard. And again, Palmer's ain't even that high.
Hold on, just scroll up a tiny bit, bro, so I can actually see the whole of the name of what the bracket is. Because I can only see passes.
I'm trying not to cut off. Can you see it now?
Yeah. Thanks. So, because I'm looking at what's so low on Palmer, 17.6 forward passes. I know in the 10 you don't have as many options, but I'm really shocked to see how low that is.
That is quite
low. Only 17.6% of his passes are forward.
But that's kind of mad. He's almost a hybrid of he's a goal scoring 10 as well as a creative 10, isn't it?
Because he might not pass, he'll just dribble. Because here's the thing: if he just dribbles and shoots, they're not putting.
He might just take him and be like, "I ain't passing to Jackson today, bro."
I'm not
gonna lie, 97.7% for key passes is insane.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But imagine nobody but Verts, we've seen 100. I've never seen that before. Progressive carries 100.
Because I don't even know if that should be a real thing. That's perfection.
Yeah. No, it means he's in the 100 percentile, which means he's basically top of the list for what? It's not he's 100% in terms of these aren't percentages of what you do. It's where
he's in the percentile. I got you.
Oh, yeah.
That scorecard, how they do it.
Yeah. So like out of 100 people, he'd have the best numbers for progressive carries.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not his accuracy.
So we're basically saying Gravenberch and McAllister are the 2 best balanced midfielders in the Prem.
No, I'm not even. This is I know that it's really weird when you look at stats and you can because I do eye test. I watch Arsenal every week. Bro, Odegaard's actually the best one. If you look at all of that, Odegaard's actually the best on that whole page. Again,
progressive parry. Remember, Odegaard plays. He
what? Is my internet gone?
No, it's Cal. It's Cal.
Oh, for a minute, I thought it was me, bro.
No, Matt, on the real though, while Cal
Yeah.
resets, let's be real. Odegaard is actually the best. If you're going pound for pound, he's actually the best.
No, he's not, Drift, because remember, Odegaard picks up the ball.
Well, we know he's not, Cal, because we watch.
No, because
but I'm saying
because,
statistically.
no, because what his statistics make sense based on when you actually watch him play, because he'll pick up the ball in the same sort of positions Trent used to pick up the ball, but Trent used to cross from those positions and all that. Odegaard will get the ball, he'll dwell on the ball for a bit, then he'll pass it to Saka. That's kind of his game, innit?
Yeah, no, but
Yeah.
Cal,
So that's
statistically,
seen as a
saying that
progressive
he's-
pass. But he's not opening
but
teams up.
statistically, he's higher than pretty much everybody across the board if you're evening things out.
Yeah, because
Look, he's got
passing
90,
but
88,
he's not
86.
opening up the game, no, Drift. He's not opening up.
No,
the game.
because what I'm saying, Cal, that's when we're using eye test as well. And we know we watch him and he's just so basic. But I'm saying if you're only going off the stats, am I going mad or off the statistics? Is Odegaard not the best?
Just off statistics, it looks like it, but
And that's what I'm saying, Cal. That's why you can't trust stats, because we watch the game and we know Odegaard ain't the best.
this
There's
is what
Bruno
I've been
Fernandes
saying. Though. I
is
say this all the
as well.
time. This is why I speak. That's why I speak about the whole GA stuff and all that. You have
Bruno
to
Fernandes.
contextualize.
There's Bruno Fernandes in there. Look at the possession one from Bruno Fernandes as a 10. Well, I don't know what he is, to be honest.
Remember, Bruno's playing in the pivot though, Matt.
Well, Bruno's no, but
he plays.
no, but he's
wherever
also
he
played.
wants,
He's
bro.
played as a 10 as well, though.
No, he was not. Last season, he had to be disciplined when Amarin come in.
No, bro, he played 10 as well, though.
Not, but Amarin came in and he was playing in the middle with Casemiro, bro.
Bro,
I'm not gonna
Bruno,
lie, 97% as well for key passes. That's insane.
bro, Bruno, we might not like it, yeah, but Bruno,
No, he's
No,
a scumbag, but he's a good player.
97 percentile.
Yeah.
97 percentile.
Yeah.
That's
He's
crazy,
a scumbag, but he plays well. I told you lot already. That's the reason why he's the only player who
I
hasn't been
reckon Curtis
infected by the
Jones would have
virus.
4 passes 100%. Do you know that?
Who?
Let's help these supers.
Curtis Jones.
Big up to Jaquez says, big up Kopish, forget Isak, get Mateta, Guehi, Rodrigo, Douglas Luiz as grab backup, and Leone our squad will be more complete and ready for all trophies. Just take away Mateta and Douglas Luiz and put in Isak and I think we're good, personally. Shout out to Sean, says my birthday today. Hope you're all doing well. Cal, I'm younger than you still. We got yourself, Sean. This is for you, bro. Happy birthday, bro.
And Sammy as well.
Sammy as well.
Sammy's
Big up
birthday,
Sammy,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Sammy's
thank you for
birthday.
remembering. Big up
Sammy,
Sammy
yeah,
as well.
Big up
Yes.
Sammy. This is for you guys.
100.
Big up Lexi Mate says Cal the fraud. Appreciate the money. Josh says
So
really
random.
proud of you guys. really proud of you guys moving up in your world. Big up yourself, Josh.
Big
Lexi
up,
Mate
Josh.
says Ronaldinho, great dribbler. Is water wet, Lexi Mate? Joe A says Cody and Sobo had the best preseason. Running with the ball and dribbling are different. Drift keep cooking. Gakpo can dribble and has turn of pace. Cody and Sobo weren't our best players in preseason. They absolutely weren't. Like, come on, what are we doing?
They were up there.
Did Cody have a better preseason than Rio?
I mean, Rio obviously looks so much
No,
more
the
like
answer's
full of
no.
energy
The
and
answer's
fire
no.
and stuff.
He didn't.
I think Cody got 3 goals and an assist in preseason. I don't know. Rio obviously looked more exciting and all that, of course. Like, you know what I mean?
He was just better in preseason. Doesn't mean he's a better player, but Cody didn't have a great preseason. Rio had a better preseason. I'm still starting Cody ahead of Rio though. West Coast LFC LA says Gakpo is good, but not good enough for us to go for the title. Confident Isak is coming. I refuse to believe we let Nunes go without a plan. Big up, fellas.
West Coast, we just won the league and he was playing left wing a lot, bro. We can win the league
Along
with
with
Cody at left
Diaz.
wing.
Along with Diaz.
Yeah. But you know, I think a lot of people forget, and this is just my opinion, that run Cody was on. I think it's one of the reasons we didn't beat PSG. That Cody was missing. When you actually think about how important Cody was becoming, and he was on that run of performances, and then he got that injury, even the cup final, I think he would even, like, I don't know. I'm just saying, where our season went a bit wonky, coincidentally was when Gakpo got that injury. I'm just saying.
Selection says Gakpo is an exceptional ball carrier, ride multiple challenges, shields the ball well in stride, can get shots off. His dribbling is meh versus low block, struggle to create separation from marker. I agree with that.
Low blocks are definitely hard to dribble against, though. There's hardly
Selection says JJ Kocha, Neymar, Grealish, good ball manipulator, Mitoma, excellent ball manipulator, 1v1 versus a settled block. Best in the league, in my opinion. Doku, top dribbler. Yeah, agree with that as well.
Doku, definitely a top dribbler.
Eagle versus Shark says, I dislike Gordon 100, but LFC actually need him to be the pace guy and provide the balance needed up top. Should have kept Diaz one more year.
I would have just kept Diaz, personally.
Yeah. Zoeb says, Diaz downgrade on Mane. Cody is a downgrade on Diaz. I disagree with that.
That's harsh.
Joey says, check the bench from yesterday. Yeah, weren't great. Reds 2308 says, FSG sold some dream. We'll have a net spend of 50 mil. We'll see. Can't believe there's people crashing on FSG after the window we're having at the moment. It's actually insane. It's actually insane. Ty says, keep saying it. Our transfer window so far is poor. This is crazy. How? Currently, our squad is worse than last season. The window isn't shut, Ty. Fonzie says, Cal getting on my nerves today. Love you. You got yourself, Fonzie, my original hater. Eagle versus Shark says, Chiesa, Doak, Elliott may stay, but won't get minutes.
So I really don't want to be petty, but like I just saw Chiesa and it reminded me, Matt, I'm not going to lie to you, my brother. Last season, Gakpo's top speed in the Prem was clocked at 33.7. And Chiesa's was clocked at 36.2. I'm not saying it was regular. I'm just saying their top speed. So I don't think Cody is quicker than Chiesa. So that was me. I admit that was me being petty and toxic. It was, but I just...
Bruv, if we delve deeper into that, I guarantee if you put, say, Virgil van Dijk. So Virgil van Dijk is slower on their metrics when they decided to use that. Did that make Virgil van Dijk slower?
No, but I think we can still gather that he's not slower than Gakpo. We've recorded a quicker speed. Because the point was he's slower than Gakpo, and he's not.
He is slower than Gakpo.
All right, let's move on. Literal facts. It's fine. Let's move on.
Okay.
Let's leave it. Let's leave it.
Ali, well done, Cal Navudi interview. Does he smell good? I wasn't going to do that still.
But AGT said that you can smell him when he walks into.
Could have been a little bit inappropriate if I started.
That's
sniffing
crazy, man. Yeah, that's a bit mad. Still, that's a bit personal. That's a bit personal.
Fonzie says Slot wanted nothing to do with Chiesa after Plymouth. Yeah, for real. Jamrock says Diaz scored 13 Premier League goals in 10 games, with 6 of them in 3. He scored all of his Champions League goals in the Leverkusen game. Over the season, it looks good. This is why I say stats have to be contextualized again.
Yeah, but we're not going to have the argument that Diaz wasn't good last season.
No, we're not saying that. We're not saying that, but
I know, but that's almost like what Jamrock's doing there is a little bit disingenuous, because it's kind of like saying this was the only 10 games when he was like.
No, he's not saying that. We're saying at the end of the season, whenever I make the argument about GA drift, I say you have to look at the GA. He's basically saying, yes, he had that amount of goals, but if you score 13 in 10, the other 28, what happened in the other 28 games as well? You can't just look at just the good of GA and not the bad side of it as well. Every conversation has to have a balance.
No, of course. But I also think when you watch the game with the eye test outside of the stats, Diaz was very competitive. He was always an outlet. He defended like a monster. His work rate was exceptional. So he was still contributing when he wasn't scoring.
No, I'm not disagreeing with that, but I'm just saying if you're looking for someone who's a goal-scoring winger, just because someone ends the season with good numbers, like Martinelli's numbers at the end of the season weren't terrible, but we know throughout the season Martinelli weren't it. So that's what I'm
No,
saying.
but at least I can think of the
can't
Diaz
just-
goals. At least when I think of the Diaz goals, I can remember quite a lot of goals that were like important. At least
No,
like there's
bro,
goals.
and
And
we're
I'm
not
like,
saying Diaz didn't have a good season, but we're saying in terms of goal scoring, Gakpo, if I'm not mistaken, had less Premier League goals than Diaz, but Gakpo's goals were more spread out. So he's impacted.
yeah, I think
more
he scored
games
one goal
probably.
a game for 10 games in a row.
Yeah.
In all
That's what I'm saying. He's
competitions.
impacted more games. So even though he might have less GA by the end of the season, how many actual games is one affecting?
Well, if you actually look at last season, what's quite crazy is Diaz started the season well, dipped in the middle. Gakpo was good in the middle. Then Gakpo got injured. Then Diaz come back in and had a good end to the season. So literally, we always had a good winger. They just took it in turns with which one was in good form. So like either way, it was good. Do you know what I mean?
Lee says Drifter was right. Should have let Newcastle have Hugo. Hugo didn't want to go Newcastle, bro.
I think he would have if we didn't get involved.
But we had to get Ekitike because if we sat there and let Newcastle get Ekitike and then Newcastle just play silly buggers and then we have no one, we'd be looking at it and going, "What
Because
idiot?"
you're relying on
But
Newcastle
they wouldn't
to
have.
play
They wouldn't
ball,
have
innit?
if they got Ekitike though, because
Well,
they
we
would have
don't
felt
know
like they
that,
had
though.
it
We
adequate.
can't
I
take
don't
that risk.
Drift after this window.
Wouldn't
Do you
take that
trust
risk.
Newcastle? Because I definitely don't. I don't
But
trust them.
Newcastle
You
can't
guys are
get
the ones
nothing
saying you still think we'll get Isak.
No,
I
know.
said we will get Isak as long as they
And
get
that's
us
without them buying someone. So if they got a Ekitike, they're definitely let us have
Drift.
Not
Isak.
I
necessarily,
caveated
bro.
that.
Because they could have started convincing Isak and being like, "Look, bro, look, we're bringing in Ekitike."
Ah, come on, Cal. He don't want to stay there, bro. He don't
Bruv.
want to stay there, bro.
We can't take that risk, man. Big up the Hersman says you can call me superstitious, but if Liverpool can play 10 Charity Shield games in a row, I'll be glad to lose all of them. Yeah, speak for yourself. Being in Wembley yesterday when we lost as well, weren't the one, bro.
Yeah, no,
not
going
the
to the
one.
game with him. My cousin was there, and
It
my cousin was
weren't
there,
the one.
and he was in the Palace end as well. So like, yeah, it was tough for him. But
Palace fans were loud when that last penalty went in. I wanted to go off, and you just can't do
I
anything.
know grown men being superstitious is stupid. I'm not an idiot. It is so stupid, yeah, to be superstitious, especially when you're like we are, when you're God-fearing men. It's like superstition should not even be a thing. I mean, we know it's the Caribbean in us because Jamaicans are extremely superstitious. But anyway, the curse is real, you man. In the history of English football, only 8 teams have won the league after winning the Community Shield. I don't like them odds.
But that's still 8 teams, though.
Matt.
If
I
it was
don't
no
like
one,
them
no,
odds,
but if it
bro.
was no one,
I
I'd
don't
maybe
like
go,
them
but not
odds,
one
Matt. I
team.
don't like them odds, my brother. I'm glad we lost. I'm
Fair.
glad we lost. Look
Fair
at the
enough.
season Pep had last season after winning his first Charity Shield. I'm glad we lost, bro.
But you do realize if you believe in superstitions, you should be able to break them curses
right.
or whatever. It's just maybe to mash them up.
Well, if that's the case, then like, I don't know. Tell me, how do we do it? Peeing on a goalpost, I heard, is how you break suit.
No, we just
tell
have to
me how
mash
you
it
do
up
it,
by
bro.
winning the game and then winning the league, and then everyone would have been like, that curse, whatever is done.
So are you telling me that you don't think in any way, somehow, it seems to be a real thing that winning the Charity Shield messes you up in the league?
But
No.
I genuinely think it's just a coincidence.
What? How many times have
Honestly.
Arsenal finished second?
But
How many times have they
you're
won the
asking a man
Community
who don't
Shield?
believe in
It's a dumb
superstitious
about
stuff. so-
Arsenal, bro.
But they've won 2 Community Shields and they've got 3
What do you
runners
do,
up.
bro? They
Bro,
didn't win the
You
league not
cannot
because of Community
use
Shield. They didn't
Arsenal
win the
as the
league.
barometer.
They didn't win the league because they got Arteta as manager. Like, what
You're
was
asking
it?
a team.
I hear that.
You're asking a team that bought a dog and called it win.
Yeah, like
All right, maybe Arsenal's a bad example, but the point I'm
Brother.
making is I don't like the odds of there only being 8 teams that have ever won the league. Do you know how many seasons that is of the team winning the league not winning because they won the Charity Shield? Nah, come on, guys. This can't just be a coincidence. That curse is real. That curse is strong enough to stop Guardiola. I'm sorry. I'm glad we lost that game. You lot might be like annoyed at me. I'm glad we lost yesterday.
We're gonna
You
find
Crystal Palace know they can't win the Prem. So it was beautiful watching them win the second piece of silverware in their entire history. Good for
Beautiful.
them. Big up Crystal Palace.
it was beautiful.
We're gonna find out.
Speak for yourself, bro.
Big up Crystal Palace.
It weren't beautiful for me. Big up Jade Activist says still off over Wharton for the slot team. I think Wharton would be such a great signing for us. I really do.
Wharton would be an exception.
Ty says stop the underbelly ting, grabs them. AJ knows. Bull says, Cal, would you swap Curtis Jones for Curtis. Cal would swap Curtis Jones for Curtis Jackson at this point. No. Look, I still want us to keep Curtis Jones. He just frustrates me, man. Frustrates the hell out of me.
So, guys, I think people have misconstrued when I said beautiful to watch Crystal win it. I didn't mean wanting to lose. I just mean if you take Liverpool out of the situation, how cool to see a small club for everything they have and done. You know what I mean? Finally get to a point where their fans get to enjoy something. That's what I mean. Just the same way I enjoyed West Ham winning the Conference League.
FA Cup in May, bro. They enjoyed the FA Cup in May.
This is what I'm saying, bro.
I don't care.
I'm just taking Liverpool. I've taken Liverpool out of it.
Cool.
I like watching those small clubs be able to achieve stuff because I know what those fans must feel.
Unless it's Liverpool, I don't care. Liverpool, I don't care.
Nah, come on, that's fucked up, man.
No, it's not.
How? Imagine being a fan of a club, yeah. Let's use Crystal Palace because this is actually. Imagine you're a 70-year-old and you've never watched your team.
Bro, that's great for them. But I'm not them, no. Bro. That's great for them, but I'm not trying to think
my neighbor was a Crystal Palace. My neighbor was Crystal Palace.
And you're not happy for him, Cal?
I was over the moon when he won the FA Cup. I was over the moon. You think I wanted to lose? So what? At our expense? No.
I'm saying, but once they've won, you have to actually just be like, nah, this is so cool for them. Once we've lost and they've won the game, because they're a fan base who never ever gets to
I was happy for Palace when they beat City because they beat City. You think I could be happy for Palace when they beat Liverpool?
Right, when that final penalty went in, bro, I packed up my stuff and I said, "Where do I go to?"
You can actually ask Matt. I'm not gonna lie. When that penalty went in, I was like, "We're gonna win the league." I wasn't bothered.
I said I'm annoyed. Like I hate losing. I said I hate losing, bro. Like I hate losing to any team.
Yeah, I hate losing as well. But Crystal Palace.
You don't hate it, Drift. I just think that.
You don't hate
Crystal Palace are a team. Do you think, even though it was a Community Shield, if that was Chelsea or Arsenal or Man United that beat us yesterday, you would have not seen me act that way. But Crystal Palace, fair fucking play. You've never won anything, and now you get 2 trophies.
I can accept the loss a bit more because it's Crystal Palace and I like them as a club. But apart from that, I don't give a damn, bro.
Fair enough.
F everyone else. It's Liverpool only. I don't care.
I would have won everything.
Isak play left for Sweden. Big up. Love the show.
They play 4-4-2 when the last time I've seen them play. Play alongside Gyökeres.
I didn't want to say. Jay says our fans would hate Busquets because he's no destroyer. If our fans would hate Busquets, and I don't know, man. Busquets about as good as it gets, man. About as good as it gets. Ty says Jones is too much ego, not enough fundamentals. The thing is, I agree with the first bit. He actually has all the fundamentals, though.
He does. He
actually has all the fundamentals.
It's just the ego.
Jay said, add Stiller. That's when you were doing the comparison chart, Matt. Dean says, not going to lie, Chelsea is scaring me. Now we get to see how stubborn Slot is when it comes to rotation and subs. He likes a thin squad. Worried a bit. Let's see. I don't think Slot actually does like a thin squad. He just likes he even alluded to this, saying that Feyenoord and Liverpool are different levels, and you have to make sure you got a proper squad when you're at Liverpool because you're competing for everything.
You have to pay
attention.
To
so far we've weakened. So far we're weak, and this is a good window. Nah, just wait till it finishes time, man.
We'll have that conversation once the window's done now.
Yeah. Dean said, did you guys see the hate from Bumbleclot TNT, diabolical from a major network? Do you think Slot will be able to manage this big dressing room? I don't know what was said on TNT or how they were speaking about it.
Watch the game.
I trust Slot to manage that dressing room.
Same. He's got the respect of everybody, in my opinion.
I think it was CBS. This guy presenter had a full-blown crash out on Virgil.
Oh, Virgil!
I saw it.
You would have thought Virgil slept with his mum.
Yeah, good luck to him.
He had a full-blown crash out on Virgil.
Yali, his mum is crazy.
Because I can imagine the angriest a man could be is someone sleeping with their mum. So,
Eastwood said, just secured hospitality tickets for the Merseyside derby at Anfield. Let me know if any of you guys are going. Drinks and food on me. Big up yourself, Eastwood. You'll enjoy that. Drift, that was a crazy analogy. I'm not going to lie, bro. That was insane.
So mad.
AJ knows ball. Nesta or Ramos, guys?
What? Who was
Nesta.
Yeah,
better defender? Nesta was
Yeah.
better
Every
defender.
minute of every day.
Yeah.
That's a better defender.
Hazard or Ribery?
I think Hazard was the better player. I would have picked Ribery.
That's a tough one. Ribery because of the consistency.
I'm gonna go Hazard had more ability, but Ribery had more longevity though.
Ribery's consistency was excellent. Suarez or Henry? Suarez over the course of his career.
Suarez had a better career.
Suarez is just better. There's not a lot in it, but he's just better.
Suarez done more in his career, in my opinion. He was able to maximize his career better.
Arsenal fans can't stand that conversation, but it is what it is.
Because it's their greatest, isn't it?
Pause.
What's that?
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, Merseyside derby. I don't even know the date of that game, but I've not got any plans to be there. So you'll enjoy that hospitality, though, Eastwood, bro. You really will.
Oh yeah, big up Eastwood. Hospitality is so good as well.
Before we sign off, anything you guys want to add or got anything coming up on your channels or anything?
I'll keep yawning. Wednesday,
big up
PSG
everyone.
Spurs Super Cup. I think it is going to do that game.
What time is that?
8
o'clock.
Cool. We'll have to. We're going to have to do a preview for the Bournemouth game on Wednesday, so that might be early evening or late afternoon.
I'm also going to be bringing back Rival Watch on my YouTube channel as well, so I'm going to get the YouTube channel up and popping. So I might start it with a video just going over the Rivals windows and just seeing who I think's had the best window so far of all the Rivals. So yeah, just keep the notifications on. It's coming. Drifted TV's coming back this season.
AJ Knows Ball says, how to get over heartbreak.
Nothing gets you past it other than time. Honestly, that's literally the only thing that gets you past.
Depends on what the heartbreak is as well.
That's true.
Says, Cal, I hope your week is wonderful. Appreciate it. I don't even know how to take that, Fonzie, but thank you.
I sent sarcasm.
Dean says TNT and a live graphic with timestamps of every time Verts did something wrong, like passing, lost position, etc. Man, they did too much. Wow. Look, Dean, that's what comes with a player that costs this much and has this expectation. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I don't care what the pundits say respectfully when it comes to this sort of stuff, because they got to point out stuff like that to get clicks and go viral and all those things. So good luck to him. Verts over the course of the season, in my opinion, will prove that he's way more valuable than he's not. So
100.
No issues.
Big key player.
Indeed. People, smash that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Make sure you switch on notification bell. This will be getting redirected to Monty's channel, where I'll be going over to now. And then, yes, we'll have some stuff coming out tomorrow and on Wednesday as well. Thursday probably will. And then me and Matt are on Hassan's channel with Tom Little tomorrow as well. And then Friday we'll have Tom and Hassan's show, and then the live watch along in the evening. Busy week, people.
Yeah.
Busy week.
Game starts.
Few more sleeps until the start of the 25-26 Premier League season. People, as always a pleasure. Thank you all for watching, listening. Until we see you again, stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kopish. We're out, people. Take care.
Peace.
Love, peeps.